tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Rick Flair.
Swain event, Swain event. On a Friday. Tomorrow is game day. Third game of the season. Tennessee versus UTEP. Nice warm-up game. And then next week is the Gators. The Gators come to town. This is what we're looking for. Charlie. Ben. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
What up? Yes, happy about tomorrow as it marks 1 week from the Florida game.
1 week to the Florida game.
Yes, very excited for Florida to be in town this weekend. We need all fans to find Florida's hotel tonight. And
Tonight?
make sure you check out the Florida game this weekend, right?
No. UTEP.
UTEP, who's that?
Good question.
UTEP, man. UTEP. University of Texas, El Paso.
Is there anything that Tennessee can do tomorrow to persuade you one way or the other? Because for me, there's Jonathan Congo could have 4 sacks, and it would not change my opinion of him. Tennessee's defense as a whole could have 30 sacks, and it would not change my opinion on them because of how bad UTEP is. There's nothing that they can do positively. Well, there's negative.
I would say
there's always a negative.
the negative would definitely change my opinion. But I would say Jonathan Congo, just because he has literally never had a game where he's done much at all against anyone ever.
That's not true. He had a pick 6 against Missouri.
Okay, that one time. Congratulations.
You said never.
Fine. Yeah. The one pick 6 against Missouri. That would be very surprising. Would it change my opinion about him? Yeah, probably not, unfortunately. It's UTEP. But I would be more than happy to see it. I can say that.
UTEP might be the worst football team to ever step foot in the new stadium.
They're pretty bad.
No, I agree with you.
I really think ETSU should beat them.
Probably. If one of our receivers have like an Odell Beckham type of catch, that would be awesome. That would be very noteworthy. It would be on ESPN Top 10. It wouldn't matter who the opponent was. If you make a play like that, or let's say one of our linebackers jumped over the offensive lineman on the snap of the football, kind of like what LeVar Arrington did back in the day. He played for Penn State. Let's say someone dies over the line at the snap of the football and tackles the quarterback. Okay, all right, I got time for that. Doesn't matter who the opponent is. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. But so what you're saying is we need a Sports Center top 10 play to.
Yeah. You know how back in the day you used to go to the Harlem Globetrotter show and the other team, like the Generals or whatever, and they were just trying to stink. Like, I don't know how you do that. If you shoot the ball and you try to miss it 10 times, at least one of the times you'll make it, right? I feel like that UTEP is like the Generals from Harlem Globetrotter show.
They're losing on purpose.
Like we should be able to beat them by 60. By 60. Why not?
No matter who was playing, too.
Why not? Why not? Games at noon. I've said it. For about 2 days now. I think the game should be at 6:30 in the morning or 6 in the morning, so that way the game can be over at 9:30 in the morning, and then we can start prepping for Florida. We can practice the same day.
Why don't we push it back to 9 a.m.? 6 o'clock is fairly early.
Okay, that's fine. 9 a.m.
Because then the game's over. We can watch college football the rest of the day. The team can go off to the facility and rewatch. They'll rewatch it, obviously, but are you going to learn anything from this film against UTEP?
Yeah. You will.
If you make mistakes, it's perfect.
I mean, the offensive line and the defensive line. Yeah, like Marcus Callaway.
You will. You always learn.
I know.
I'm from the film. You always learn from the film. But you can't blame us for feeling this way today. You can't blame college football fans for feeling like this. Because you have a Power 5 SEC football team going up against a team who has not won a game.
The worst team in all of Division I.
Well, last year they were the only BVD team. They were the Detroit Lions of college football.
The Cleveland Browns.
They were the Detroit Lions of college football last year. And then this year, they lose to Northern Tech State, A&M, Arizona.
By 20.
By 20.
Not by like a field goal. By 20. They scored 10 points against an FCS team.
Northern Arizona State Tech A&M. Their logo looks like a Dell computer logo. I didn't even know that the college existed.
I thought it was a JUCO.
No clue. I thought Netflix was going to do a special on this place, man.
New CSU?
Yeah, I thought it was. But I don't know what's going on, man.
Look. The Northern Arizona University is a public higher research university with a main campus at the base of the San Francisco Peaks in Flagstaff, Arizona. Most of it
sounds real.
Most of its classes are online too.
It's like, is that like a Grand Canyon University? They genuinely? Grand Canyon has like a decent football team, so I've heard. And I think it's
they could probably beat UTEP.
I think Grand Canyon's like a for-profit university.
I think who UTEP lost to last week or opening week is actually the University of Phoenix.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a football team. Yeah,
they have a football stadium.
Yeah,
see, this is
you can't blame college football fans feeling this way. No, going against a team like UTEP.
100%, and this is why I wish, from a fan and an entertainment perspective, if we're not going to do 9 SEC games, can we at least only allow like one cupcake? Maybe 2? I'd much rather Tennessee be playing. We don't even have to play like a strong Power 5 team. Give me a crappy Power 5 team. Give me Indiana or somebody like that. Rutgers. Tennessee. Speaking of
Rutgers for sure.
Rutgers and Kansas are playing each other this weekend. Which is worse, Tennessee and UTEP or Rutgers, Kansas?
Rutgers, Kansas.
I agree. That's the type of game, yesterday the SEC Network put out the video earlier this week. The 10-year anniversary of the 3-2 Auburn win over Mississippi State. That's the type of game Kansas and Rutgers is going to be. It's going to end in like a 2-2 tie at the end of the fourth quarter.
I so hope that happens. I would watch that.
I'd buy a T-shirt in celebration of it.
I was at that 3-2 game.
But
classic stuff.
I'd much rather be playing Indiana this weekend. I'd much rather be playing I don't even just Rutgers or Kansas or maybe not Syracuse because they can put up some points. But with that note, like you're kind of like weary on some of these lower Power 5 schools. But at the end of the day, Tennessee, on a regular basis, should be able to handle those schools.
Yeah,
So,
I think unfortunately my response to all of that is definitely indicative of where Tennessee football is at the moment. That when you say, you know, it should be Indiana, and I go, ugh, should it though? Is that
should.
That's but I think Tennessee should beat Indiana. But like I'm saying, I think
Mike DeBoer is going to beat Tennessee.
Hey, who knows? But it's like I said, I think it's indicative of where Tennessee is at the moment. Unfortunately,
could you imagine the message boards if Mike DeBoer lit up Jeremy Pruitt's defense?
Not good, not great, Bob.
It would be bad. Rutgers and Kansas playing a football game would be like two people with no arms playing one-on-one basketball. Why are we watching this? What are we doing here, guys? Why are we watching this game? No one's gonna score a point unless they kick the ball into the goal. Unless they play soccer on the basketball court. Why are we here watching this? That is what we're going to see against Kansas and Rutgers. That's what the game will be like.
Rutgers averages 19 points a game and is coming off a 52-3 loss to Ohio State.
Yeah,
and Kansas lost to Nicholls State. Shout out to Ronald Ollie in overtime.
I saw somebody yesterday post a highlight video for Todd Reesing. Do you remember? He was the quarterback for that 1 year when Kansas was really good.
Yeah,
they were like top 5 when undefeated for, I think, the entire season.
They went to the Orange Bowl that year.
Yeah. And I was like, man, remember that? When Kansas, for like 1 second, they actually had a good football team. Yeah. What a world that was.
Yeah, they were really, really good. All right, let's take a break and let's get our boy Fred White in here for Championship Friday. That is brought to you by B-Dry Waterproofing. BDry.com. So we have Championship Friday, and we are 1 week away from the 1998 championship team tribute that will take place Florida week. So can't wait to talk to Mr. Fred White about Tennessee and UTEP, and then next week Florida. So hold the lines. Hold on with us. We will take a brief timeout and come back with Championship Friday here in the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Be right back.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is driven by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are conveniently located off the Lovell Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
Better Mattress is having their biggest sale of the year. Shop the Labor Day sales event to get a free adjustable base with select mattress set purchases while supplies last. That's a $1,200 value. Save that cash for your tailgates. Since I started sleeping on my Better Mattress with an adjustable base, I have way less neck pain and back pain. It's life-changing. On an adjustable base, with the touch of a button, you can adjust your sleep position without disturbing your partner. It's awesome. A truly customized sleep experience is waiting for you at Better Mattress. Get a free adjustable base during the Better Mattress Labor Day sale. Plus, everyone who shops at Better Mattress during September has a chance to get their purchase refunded back to them in full. It's a deal you won't believe. Ask in store for details. You don't want to miss this. And even better all football season long, when our team wins, someone will get a free queen-size mattress. No purchase necessary. Visit Better Mattress to enter for your chance to win. The winner gets to choose from 3 different mattresses valued at $1,000, and you could get it for free. Go see my friends at Better Mattress during the Labor Day sales event for a handcrafted, made in the USA Better Mattress. Good night just got better. BEDRmattress.com. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
It is Championship Friday here on the Swain Event. So that means we have our guy, Fred White, on with us this morning. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Fred, do you know a little bit about this song that's playing, my friend? Fred.
I'm trying to figure the song out.
Fred, all your friends from Atlanta will disown you if you don't know this song.
Outcast, baby.
All right. I'll let you check the tape and check your chart to tell me the title of the song. You can let it marinate. You can come back and tell me later. But yes, Outkast is part of the answer, my friend. Fred, good morning, man.
Good morning, bro. Good morning. I'm good.
Tennessee is playing probably the worst team ever to step foot at Neyland Stadium. How do you? I mean, I'm being serious. How do you, as a Power 5 SEC football team, how did you guys handle these type of games? Because you didn't play, the Arkansas and the Floridas and the Florida States every single game. That's what we remember about the 98 team is those big wins. We remember those big wins. Syracuse, the comeback win. But you did play some cupcakes at least once during the season, right?
Yeah, but they were still a little bit better cupcakes than what I see right now. I mean, back then UAB had a really good football team. That was one of the cupcakes we played against Houston. They were better. They were better than just a regular cupcake. I don't know, man. I mean,
Fred, what?
Is this team worse than the team we played last week?
They
Absolutely.
They might be.
I think ETSU would win.
My favorite my favorite part about Fred today is that he's trying to be respectful while calling the team a cupcake. Fred, you ain't got to be nice, man. You've already called them a cupcake.
I mean,
so just let it just let it go.
Sometimes, man, you gotta, I mean, even though I'm giving them steak, I don't want to give it to them on a trash can lid. I gotta give it to them on a plate at least.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
even though I'm feeding them dog food, I mean, still gotta give it to them on a plate.
You trying to be
nice. I mean,
trying to be nice by calling them a cupcake. It's still disrespect by calling them a cupcake.
It's the delivery, man. It's how you deliver it.
All right, I got you. Jeremy Pruitt, a couple days ago, actually it was on Wednesday, talked about leadership. He was asked a question by Brent Hubbs about who were the leaders on the team, and Jeremy Pruitt said, me. And people did not like that comment, not because they didn't like that Pruitt said it, but that he had to say it because he could not identify leaders on his football team. And that is something that 20 years ago we didn't have a problem with. And everyone points at Al Wilson as, the leader because he's been a linebacker and he was a great player. He's from Tennessee. But Al Wilson was not the only leader. And I think people look at that team and go, oh, yeah, it was Al Wilson's team. He was a leader, and everyone just kind of fell in line. Give us some examples of leadership during your time, your team that won a championship. Give us some examples so we know what leadership is supposed to look like within a team that's player led.
Well, for one, leadership was something that was established when you first walked on. You already knew what the hierarchy was, and that was the senior class. Those were the guys who were playing, whether it be a junior or sophomore or whatever. But those guys who were actually getting on the football field and getting the job done, and that senior class. They were the guys who told you what to do, what you could and couldn't do. Like Bubba Miller, Leslie Radcliffe, Jason Lehman, Jeff Smith, talking about the entire offensive line. They were the leaders for the squad. And just had guys like my sophomore year, you had Tyrone Hines and Joey Kent, and those guys that were seniors, man, Tristan Ford. Your senior class was always a leadership, for one. And it took Al Wilson a few years to get to that point. It took him to his senior year to be known as the guy who was the leader. And not just Al, it was so many. We had so many leaders on the team. You had a leader in almost every group. You had a leader at the linebacker position. You had a leader in the secondary. You had a leader at the defensive line positions. Sean Ellis, Billy Radcliffe, Don Walker. Those guys were leaders. Jeff Coleman, leader. Dwayne Goodrich and Deion Graham, myself, leaders. And you look on the offensive side of the ball, you got Chad Clifton and Mercedes Hamilton. They were leaders, man. So the young guys listened to them. They always did. Peerless and Jermaine Copeland and Cedric Wilson. Those guys were leaders. And it took a while. It was a hierarchy, like I said. It was that you had to earn your stripes before you can actually say anything.
What?
We used to have a thing back in the day. If you were a freshman, you couldn't even laugh at a joke.
Dog, Fred, you can't even laugh at a joke if you're a freshman? What if it's what if it's a knee slapper?
Man, listen, you better hold it in. Because
what if you got gas?
If one of those seniors saw you laughing and they didn't like it, oh, you were in trouble.
What if? Oh, okay, Fred.
Sounds like prison.
What if you have gas and someone says something really funny? You got to hold the laugh in and the gas in?
Man, if you laugh, you better turn away and try to act like you're not laughing. better act like you're scratching your leg or your foot or you got choked or something. I'm telling you.
Can you laugh at a funny joke?
If the wrong guy caught you laughing, oh, they were on you next. All jokes were going to be on you because you were the freshman.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have enough hours to say anything. That's what they used to always say. I never forget hearing that for the first time. It's like, shut up, freshman. You don't have enough hours to laugh yet. And I remember looking like, what? What do you mean? But it was the truth, man. Listen, if you got caught laughing, oh, are you laughing, freshman? Not all jokes are on you. All jokes. You can have on the best looking suit and shoes and tie, going to a game, they're going to get on your butt.
Fred, you mentioned something, and I caught it. Did you say that Al Wilson, as far as leadership, did not take it to that level until his senior year?
Absolutely.
So, okay.
It was the last game of his junior year, Auburn game. That's when that's when the changing of the guard happened.
Okay.
Because the leaders on that team at that moment were Peyton Manning, Leonard Little, Ted Fair, Marcus Nash. Those guys were the leaders. Like, that was an establishment. We established those leaders well before then. And he was a leader, but he wasn't the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, when it became the leadership, you had to earn the right to be called a leader. You couldn't just be the leader. Like, he wasn't a leader as a freshman, sophomore, and a junior. I mean, he was a leader, yes, but not the leader. He wasn't the guy. He wasn't like, you had to wait your turn. You see what I'm saying? Torrey Noel and Ray Austin and all those guys, Corey Gaines, we couldn't say a whole lot with them there. They were the guys. So you listened to what they told you. And you paid attention. It was a respect thing. You know what I mean? We respected the guy that was in front of us. Not only that, those guys had to show you something. had to teach you something. You might be saying the same exact thing they're saying, but guess what? No, son, it's not your time.
Yeah, I'm learning about these championship qualities of a football team, and we have Fred White on with us. It's Championship Friday, and leadership is one. Of course, the same type of players that walked the campus 20 years ago are not the same type of players now physically. They just don't look the same, although we are trying to recruit some of those guys that look like grown men. But it's the leadership, it's the stuff in the locker room that matters. And so I'm trying to understand the makeup of the 98 team and the makeup of some of the Fred's teammates as far as leadership, because we have some players on our team, Fred, they've played a lot of college football. They've played a lot of games. They've been through some tough times. They've seen some big wins. You know, some of these guys were on that 2016 team where they beat Florida and you beat Georgia. Mm-hmm. And you had the highs of that season. Then you also experienced the lows of that season too. So these guys have been part of some big time wins. They've also been a part of some heartbreaking losses against teams you're supposed to lose to. But just trying to understand, because we have these older players who, okay, you might not have been a captain or a leader your sophomore year or your junior year, or the beginning of your junior year, but you can always change. You can always accept that role. You can always say, you know what, if it is to be, it's up to me. You know, I got to be accountable. My team needs leadership. I'm uncomfortable speaking out. I'm uncomfortable having all eyes on me, because that's what it takes to be a leader. You have to be willing to do everything right because you're setting an example. And if you can't do everything right, then you can't be a leader. But if you put yourself in a position where you challenge yourself, you push yourself to do everything right because you know you are in a fishbowl because you're the leader, then you got to make that sacrifice for the better of the team. And so I'm looking at some of these older guys, and they only have a few opportunities left in college football. And I tweeted this out yesterday. I tried to do as best as I could with 280 characters or whatever. But you can attest to this, Fred. Like when you're a junior, you can start counting down the number of opportunities you have to wear the power tee. And before you know it, you have 3 more home games. And then before you know it, it's senior day. And so my point is, like, just because you started off your career is not someone that was vocal or someone that didn't hold your teammates accountable, or you didn't carry yourself like a leader. You can always change. You can always flip that switch because you know it needs to be done. Don't just let your career go by and say, man, I wish I would have spoke up. I wish I would have been a better leader 5-10 years from now. This team needs leadership, Fred. There's talent, but they need leadership, man. That is what is going to help this team maximize the opportunity.
Absolutely, man. And back then, man, you didn't want to be the group or the class that lost to Kentucky or Vanderbilt or anyone else to South Carolina, for that matter. You didn't want your class to be that class. So you set the rules. This is my senior class. This is my year. This is the last one I got. And if you're not doing the things we're asking you to do, you can lead this football team. Or it's going to be a long season for you, because there's going to be some problems in the locker room with you if that's the case. And that was – this is a prime example. If you say Peyton Manning's name, everybody's like, oh, he was a leader. Peyton Manning's first time getting a football game as a freshman, he runs in and says, all right, offense, let's go, such. And Jason Lehman looked him right in his face and said, shut up, freshman.
Yeah.
And called a damn play.
Yeah. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up. But you're a freshman. We don't want to hear all that. Shut up. Call the play.
That's hilarious, man. It's Peyton. Shut up, but he was a freshman. That's what happens if you are young. You have to earn your stripes.
You have to earn your stripes. You don't have stripes because you're a 4-star recruit or a 5-star recruit.
Wow.
I don't care about that. I don't give a damn about what your numbers were in high school. That's high school, son. This is college football. This is the SEC. You're playing against Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Auburn. in South Carolina, and you better come ready to play.
Wow.
Prepare and practice. Do everything you got to do all week to make this happen. If you don't, and we tell you something in practice and you're not doing it correctly, guess what, son? Sit on the sideline. I watched Al Woodson take a guy off the football field during 1998. I mean, literally grabbed him and ran to the sideline with him and pushed him to the coaches like, get him off my field, and ran back to the middle of the huddle. And you talk about the kid couldn't say nothing because guess what? He came in and messed up 3 plays in a row. So you ain't ready. Get off my football field. Give me somebody else, coach.
Wow. 865-255-03. Fred White, Championship Friday here on the Swain event. Be right back.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is driven by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are conveniently located off the Lovell Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. 1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain event.
Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
All right, we have Around the SEC here in the Swain event. Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is their website. Specializing in custom websites, logo design, and I know we are so excited for the release of the new Swain event. It's going to be phenomenal, and all because of 42nd Street marketing, design, logo design. They do everything right there in-house. That is 42nd Street. 865-200-5503. Ben, where are we going today for Around the SEC, my friend?
We're going to do a little pick'em.
Huh?
A little pick. We're going to pick 3 games because there are 3 big games in the SEC this weekend. And if you'd like to hear a bunch of picks surrounding college football, even the NFL, the SEC, Charlie posted mine and his little picks podcast that we're doing each week. I believe it's on the Swain event feed. You can also go to orangeandwhitereport.com to find that there. The 3 big games this week. First one is Vanderbilt at Notre Dame, LSU at Auburn, and Alabama at Ole Miss. So I imagine we all have Alabama beating Ole Miss. Yesterday I said that I think Alabama and Ole Miss will be close for about a quarter and a half, but I think Ole Miss will be able to put up points on Alabama, but I don't think Ole Miss is going to be able to stop Alabama either. And then kind of leaving 2 games, Vanderbilt at Notre Dame. I picked Vanderbilt, and I can explain why after y'all give y'all's opinion on that.
I know why you picked Vanderbilt.
And it's not because one of my good friends plays on the football team. I believe Notre Dame is overrated, and I believe a lot of people are overlooking Vanderbilt in this particular game, not necessarily in terms of them winning the SEC East or anything like that. And then LSU at Auburn, I have Auburn winning that football game because I think LSU's offense is not capable of scoring enough to beat Auburn. So thoughts on my comments there?
Fred is he's in Atlanta, and so he is no longer on the locker room. He's there in spirit. And one thing on the locker room, you guys always had your picks, and you guys would pick against the spread and all that good stuff. That's different than just picking games. That's just different from picking winners and losers. I think picking winners and losers is pretty easy, but
picking against the spread is hard.
That's a lot harder. Yeah. But there's no way I'm picking Vanderbilt to beat Notre Dame. There's just no way I'm going to do that.
Does it change your mind at all? Here is
that Brandon Wimbush is terrible.
Brandon Wimbush's stats are thus: 54% completion percentage for only 467 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions through 2 games.
Yeah, and so to kind of lay out the reason why I think Vanderbilt beats Notre Dame this weekend, I already said I do believe Notre Dame is overrated. Their defense looked good against Michigan week 1, but how much of that was Michigan's inability to move the football on offense? I think for another year, Jim Harbaugh's Michigan team kind of looks underwhelming. So Brandon Wimbush throws 3 interceptions against Ball State last week, and I think that's kind of indicative of his talent. He's a very inaccurate quarterback. I believe Charlie just said, 54 completion percentage?
Yep.
Very inaccurate quarterback. And if there's one part of a Derek Mason coach football team that's going to be ready to play, it is Vanderbilt's defense. So I do believe that they're going to make life hard on Brandon Wimbush and could force some turnovers. And I think Kyle Shermer's a fairly good quarterback, and I think they have the weapons on offense to win the football game.
Let's let Fred.
He is the guest. Go for it.
Kind of. Not really, but Fred, who you have in this football game between Vanderbilt and the Irish Notre Dame? Who you have? Who you picking?
The game is at Notre Dame, right?
Correct.
Heck yeah, man.
I'm picking Notre Dame, but I'm picking a closer game than what most people would say. I'm not going to pick Vanderbilt to win. However, I think they do have an opportunity to, for one reason, well, 2 reasons. One, the quarterback's pretty good, and their defense is a lot better than what people think. They play some good defense right now, and they could possibly shock Notre Dame, but I'm picking Notre Dame simply because they're at home, and I always give a home team 3 points. So I think they win by 3 points, simply because they're at home. If they were in Vanderbilt, I would pick Vanderbilt.
Well, wouldn't that be a home game for them too if they were Vanderbilt?
More or less.
Well, it would be, but it's still the fact that they don't have their crowd behind them.
Yeah, that is almost my prediction exactly. I said the same thing. Yes, Brandon Bush sucks, but Notre Dame's defense is pretty great.
And he has 2 bad games.
Last year he was not good.
Yeah, it's a pattern. He's not great.
But why? Not only that though, Jason. This is why I watched Vanderbilt play that last 2 games, and I'm watching those 2 games. I'm thinking, man, their defense is actually pretty good. Their secondary is pretty good too. And if they can score some points on defense, upset alert. I mean, I see their defense being a pretty good defense. They may not be the best defense in the SEC. I'll give that moniker to LSU and then in Arkansas. No, I'm talking about Alabama. But I look at them and say, man, that's a pretty good defense. For the East, they're right up there with right behind Georgia, in my opinion, as far as defense goes.
I just think Charlie likes to call, like to say people's sons just to say it. I don't think that a starting quarterback in Notre Dame who beat out other quarterbacks, I don't think he stinks that bad. I just think
he does stink, though. Did you watch them play last
night? He's not good.
Yeah.
Watch that Ball State game.
Okay,
it's not good.
One game, he can improve. They can change the game plan. They can run the football. They can do other things to win that game. Just looking at the quarterback. Go ahead.
They figure they can run the ball against Vanderbilt and lean on that. It's going to be a long game for them.
Yeah.
That's why I picked it to be so close. Because I think that would be their option. Because their secondary at Vanderbilt is pretty good. They're actually pretty. I'm talking to Corey Chambers, even though he's a Vanderbilt guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good, he's a really good guy. He's a guy who can really see what other guys can do when it comes to like their talent and where they're evaluated for when it comes to draft and those type of things, right? I mean, Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay get a lot of information from him. And he has 2 of those guys being NFL football players in that secondary. And I agree because they can play.
Yeah. Derek Mason will have the defense playing at their best against Notre Dame. I believe that. But I think Notre Dame is going. I think they'll have just enough to beat Vanderbilt. I think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think we should look at the logos and go, okay, traditionally Notre Dame is better than Vanderbilt, so it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be closer to what people think. But I don't understand how someone can't just have a bad game or bad 2 games and then come back and have a pretty good game against another team. Yes, Brandon Bush has not started the season well, but it's like he is not that bad of a quarterback. He just makes some bad mistakes, and you can change the game plan around to allow other people to help you win the game and not put the entire game in Brandon Bush's hands. I know he's a quarterback, but you can run the football, you can work on quick passing game stuff, you can make other guys be very, I guess. You can make other guys have a bigger responsibility and make more plays to help you beat Vanderbilt. So I've seen my fair share of terrible quarterbacks in college football. I don't think Brandon Bush is there yet. He might be on his way, but I mean, like
he's Nathan Peterman-ish.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Nathan Peterman-ish?
It was really
you talking Nathan Peterman in Tennessee against Florida, and Nathan Peterman with the Bills last weekend? I'm talking about like Nathan Peterman, Pittsburgh. Yeah, because there's different Nathan Petermans.
He got lucky in Pittsburgh. He wasn't playing the same caliber players that he was playing against. But he's still been. He is who he is. He is who we thought he was. I mean, he's shown it several times over. So yeah, that's the quarterback we're looking at.
Now, I will say this is the second week that I'm going out on a limb. Last week, I went with South Carolina to beat Georgia, and that completely blew up in my face.
I don't know what you're thinking.
I was hot. I was questioning how Georgia was going to replace Roquan Smith, Davin Bellamy, Lorenzo Carter, Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, all that leadership. And I know Georgia still has talent. The reason I picked South Carolina is, one, because I believe in the South Carolina football team, but two, I thought this would be a perfect situation for South Carolina to kind of ambush Georgia while Georgia kind of got their feet under them, and it was on the road.
Let me ask you a
blew up in my face.
Have you ever shot a gun before?
I have.
Have you ever shot a gun that you had to change the clip?
No.
Okay. Let me tell you something about when you shoot a gun like a 9mm, you have to change the clip. You just press a button, and you unload it, and you take a clip that's already loaded, and you reload it. That's what Georgia has right there.
No, I agree.
They reload their clip.
No, they did.
They are top. Listen, they've been in the top 5 recruiting for the last 10 years. They had the players. They had it. So, like, yeah, that was not even a discussion for me when it comes to South Carolina versus Georgia. Now, there's another one on the list that you just did. It's Auburn and LSU.
Yep.
I think that's very similar to what you just picked last week with South Carolina and Georgia. I think Auburn is a really good football team. However, the best defense I've seen this season is the LSU Tigers. Offensively, they have a running game. They have a better quarterback. Now I realize why 2 quarterbacks transferred 2 days in a row. They couldn't beat this kid out. If you watch him play, he made a lot of really good decisions, and that offensive line and that running game helped him be a better quarterback. The kid can throw the ball in spots, and that's what I see as far as that team. I picked them right now to be the sleeper to beat Alabama in the West. I can see that happening. Now, I know that head coach is Ed Orgeron. He'll probably, goof one up throughout the season. But against Auburn, I picked the other Tigers, the LSU Tigers, the ones that are going to be purple and gold.
Fred, you okay this morning?
Oh, I am.
You picking LSU to beat Alabama this year?
I'm picking Alabama. I said they're my sleeper to pick them. I'm picking them to be the sleeper team to beat Alabama.
All right. Now, Auburn's defense is pretty dang good, too, now. That defensive front has been compared to maybe Clemson's defensive front there as maybe being the best in the country. So that's going to be – that might be a 3-2 game. That might be a 1-touchdown game. That's going to be a defensive game, people knocking each other out. That's going to be the game that Fred White likes to watch right there between Auburn and LSU. I'm going to go Auburn in this football game. Charlie, where you going on this one?
I'm not totally sold by LSU yet because I'm not sure how good Miami is. Yeah, they racked Miami, but I just don't know about them. So I'm going to say Auburn and maybe by like 2 touchdowns.
I like it. We'll see. Y'all got some different picks here. We got Attaboy coming up here where we got to highlight some positivity. And when you think about what's going on right now with the Hurricanes and people that you may know, family you may know there in the Carolinas, it's hard to look at some positives and point out some positives because the hurricane is hitting North Carolina, and I saw Rutgers tweet. I thought about this yesterday. Montario Harsty is from New Bern, North Carolina, and the Hurricanes is hitting New Bern pretty hard. And so, just think about those people, pray for those folks, and let's just hope that they make it out, safe. We can all replace damage. We can always replace material things, houses, cars. We can replace that, but you can't replace life. And so just please keep those good folks in North Carolina and South Carolina in your prayers, and the friends and family of Montario Harsty, and just hope that everything is okay once this horrible hurricane passes. 865-255-03. Attaboy coming up next.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is driven by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are conveniently located off the Lovell Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
Today looks to be mostly sunny and hot with a high near 90, partly cloudy tonight with a low around 69. Tomorrow there is a 20% chance of rain, mainly after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 87. Tomorrow night the chance of showers increases to 40%, mostly cloudy with a low around 68. Sunday, showers likely with a high in the low to mid 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? a wet basement, or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give B-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
Peripheral arterial disease, or PAD, is a dangerous hardening of the arteries that can lead to infection and even limb amputations. September is PAD and Vascular Disease Awareness Month, and the vascular surgeons of Premier Surgical Associates want you to know that finding and treating PAD early is the key. If you smoke, have diabetes, or are overweight, you are at a higher risk of this deadly disease. Talk to your physician about whether you should be screened for PAD. If detected early, it can often be managed with lifestyle changes and medication instead of surgery. For information about PAD and other vascular diseases, visit premiersurgical.com right now.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hulk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK?
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
Hey, Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
All right, we got Attaboy here, and Attaboy is brought to you by Premier Surgical and PremierSurgical.com.
Peripheral arterial disease, or PAD, dangerous hardening of the arteries that can lead to infection infection, and even limb amputations. September is PAD and Vascular Disease Awareness Month, and the vascular surgeons of Premier Surgical Associates want you to know that finding and treating PAD early is the key. So if you think that you might be having vascular problems, go to premiersurgical.com right now, and you can find out more about what they can do for you. I have an attaboy, and thank you to listener Robbie Underwood for sending this in and bringing it to my attention, because it is an excellent attaboy. An attaboy goes to Colgate University. So Colgate University this weekend was supposed to travel to Furman, which is in Greenville, South Carolina. They were going to play a football game. That game has been canceled because of Hurricane Florence, and due to that, Colgate gave up their hotel, but they still paid for all of the hotel rooms, and they said, we'll buy all of these, give them to hurricane evacuees, because Greenville is pretty far inland in South Carolina. It's actually very near to the Tennessee border. So they gave up their hotel rooms to hotel evacuees, and they still bought all of their team meals that they were going to have, and they said, give these also to hurricane evacuees. A very cool move by Colgate. I love this. People helping people is always a great thing to see in a time like this, where people are in peril, potentially losing their homes, their livelihood. And so I love this from Colgate. Huge attaboy to them.
We got Fred White with us. It's Championship Friday. Any good news over there in the A, Fred, that you want to highlight?
Well, I mean, I don't have anything I want to talk about on air right now.
Gotcha.
My Falcons are not playing like I need to do. I got other things that are on my mind. I'll give an attaboy to the parents of these athletes, man. They're out here every weekend trying to get their playing time. And I'm somebody in high school, the young kids, 9th and 10th graders, and JV. I would give a shout out to the parents who come and actually watch their kids play. And that's not a lot. So I want to give them some love, because they actually come and support their kids in the events that they're actually in.
865-255-03. Yeah, I mean, people, those parents, man, those softball parents, those soccer parents, those parents who travel all summer long and doing multiple sports and multiple activities, they are the real MVPs. They are the real MVPs for sure. All right, we got hour 2 coming up. Quick timeout. Touchdown turnover coming up next here on the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Fred White's on the line with us because it is Championship Friday here on the Swain event.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
If If you love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the comments, man.
I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
I had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
All right, we got touchdown turnover, and that is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. We got Fred White on the line with us because it is Championship Friday, but touchdown or turnover, touchdown or turnover, will we see a 100-yard game from the dog, Jauan Jennings? Do we see a 100-yard game from the dog or a touchdown? 100 yards or a touchdown, because you could have 75 yards and make a huge contribution in the game with the touchdown. Do we see Jauan Jennings with 100 yards or a touchdown in this game on tomorrow? Touchdown turnover.
I say turnover, that he gets 100 yards. I don't think he reaches that point because I don't think he'll be targeted enough to reach that mark. And I don't see Jauan Jennings being the guy that they go to on a deep shot. I think that's Josh Palmer, Callaway. Granted, it could be Jauan. I just think if they are going to take a deep shot, it'll be to Palmer or Callaway. But I'll go touchdown on a touchdown.
So you're saying touchdown to the entire question?
Yes, but I don't think he gets to 100 yards. I just think he catches a touchdown.
The question is, touchdown or 100 yards. So you're saying touchdown because he'll get a get a touchdown.
Yes, I think they'll get in the red zone, and I think they'll toss it up to him, and Jauan will Randy Moss somebody.
I like it. I like it, Fred.
I'm going touchdown as well for a touchdown. I don't think he gets 100 yards. I don't think he plays enough in the game to get 100 yards. For one, I think he's going to have an opportunity to get a touchdown, though. Maybe on a fade route in the end zone. So I'm going to say touchdown on a touchdown.
Got it.
I'll say turnover because he's still coming back, and Pruitt, even when he talks about him now, he has that thing where he says, well, he hasn't played and he's still coming back from whatever he says about Jauan Jennings every time he gets asked about him. So I'm going to say he doesn't get targeted enough, and the touchdown pass goes to Marquez Callaway and not Jennings.
That's Garantano's boy.
Yep.
Callaway, man, they got some nice chemistry going right now, and Palmer's starting to develop some of that chemistry too with Jarrett. So I'll go turnover too. I think there's so many other guys that's going to play. I think there's so many other guys that's going to eat a little bit. We saw Jordan Murphy get in there, make some plays. We saw Jeremy Banks make some plays. I think this is one of those games where other folks will go in there and shine, and maybe Jauan will not get to the end zone. So I'm gonna go turnover. It's not a bad thing because I think there's so many other players. I saw with Jordan Pruitt Vol calls. I think some fan asked him about Jauan Jennings, and he was like, "We scored 59 points. I think we did a pretty good job of. I think we did a pretty good job." So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can't get the ball to everyone. Like, you can't get a touchdown for everyone. It's like you're not like a guest at the Oprah Winfrey show. Like, not everyone gets a touchdown. Okay.
You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
I mean,
you get a touchdown.
Sometimes it's not like that, man. Sometimes
everybody gets a touchdown.
It's just not like that. If that was the case, then the score would be like 80-something to nothing. You know, like somebody's gonna be left out, and it's been Juwan. You know, it's been Juwan.
I heard you say something about 100 yards, right? And then you talked about a touchdown. You know, that could still be being productive. I watched the game last night, Cincinnati playing against the Baltimore Ravens, and A.J. Green had 5 catches for 69 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, impact, absolutely. 3 of his 5 catches, touchdown.
Yeah, he was killing it.
You mentioned Jeremy Pruitt's response to somebody complaining about not getting Juwan Jennings the ball. Jeremy Pruitt has had so many phenomenal responses this week, but my favorite was on the Jeremy Pruitt show on Sunday when Bob Kessling congratulated Coach Pruitt on his first win at Tennessee. And he said, "Coach, congratulations on your first win. We'll see you next week against UTEP." And Coach Pruitt goes, "Gotcha."
It's so awkward, man.
Gotcha.
That's how it was when I met him. I mean, it was a little awkward, and I mean, it didn't bother me, but I was like, "Hey, I'm Jason Swain." He's like,
"Okay."
He's like, "Yeah, I know who you are." And then he just walked away. I was like, "Oh, all right, coach. All right, man. Nice to meet you." Like it was weird. I mean, that's how he is from everything that I've heard and people I've talked to that know him. So I don't really care.
I don't either. I think it's funny. There's another one where somebody told him on Vols calls that they were happy that he was the head coach at Tennessee or welcome to Knoxville or something along those lines, and he says, "Okay."
I think that's awesome, man. I think it's great. Coach the football players. Just do that. Just coach the football players to win. Go win games. And I know there's Tennessee fans. They're like, Butch Jones so corny and and oh man, and he'll say this corny thing and oh man, Pruitt, golly, I mean, man, does he even want to be at Tennessee? He is from Bama. I mean, golly, he's acting like he doesn't even want the job. It's like, just relax. He's a football coach. That's what he likes doing. He doesn't do backflips for all the other stuff. And I think it's funny that he has to do all the other stuff, and it's funny to hear his reactions because he doesn't like it.
In the last call,
also, I guess our fan base wants to hear the coach say something on a regular basis. Like, everybody doesn't have the charisma of Coach Foreman. Everyone doesn't have the charisma of Johnny Majors. You know what I mean? So, you got to take winning.
Or Lane.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, everyone is not the same. If they're winning games, that's all that matters. Like Conzo Martin a few years ago, they didn't like the fact that he didn't talk much.
Yep.
But he was winning. I want to win.
He's a great man. He's a great man, and
absolutely,
yeah, it's right.
You look at one of the best coaches in the world. He hates doing media. I'm talking about Bill Belichick. Yeah, probably the greatest coach to ever coach. And he don't like to talk to media either. He doesn't like to have sound bites. Just look, man, I'm coaching. Let me get back to work.
That's right.
I mean,
I think it's hilarious.
You don't have to beat John Gruden. You just don't. And I don't know how well that's working out for him right now, but I'm just saying,
John Gruden. Don't even get me started.
Win games, bro. Win games. Just win, baby.
Don't get me started on that dude, man. Already looking like he's not ready to coach football in the NFL.
Well, he made one of the boneheaded decisions to trade the best defensive player on your squad and a top 5 best defensive player in the NFL.
My goodness.
If you watch them play on Monday night, you would know why they needed it.
And then here's the thing about John Gruden that bothers me. This dude in a post-game press conference talked about how they didn't have pass rush. Like you just didn't trade away the best pass rusher, arguably in the NFL.
Arguably, right.
And then in another interview, they asked you about Khalil Mack, and you talked about how he didn't want to be there. Come on, Gruden, man, stop doing that.
You didn't want to pay. You didn't want to be paid more than you.
Yeah,
you're the highest.
Exactly.
You're the highest paid player on the team.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the coach. You're not even going to do anything on the football field. I think you felt a little threatened by the guys going to be making more money than you.
Yeah, man, I'm done with Gruden. I'm done with Gruden, man.
0-16. 0-16.
I know, man. I hope they Detroit Lion their season, and I hope they Cleveland Brown their season. I really do, man. And I hate that because Reggie McKenzie's GM, so they'll probably blame him and scapegoat him because they're not going to blame John Gruden after paying him $100 million or having a $100 million contract.
I'm pretty sure that Reggie McKenzie didn't offer to pay him $100 million. That has to come from the Davis family.
Oh yeah,
and I know Al Davis is probably rolling over in his grave right now because he paid the coach that much money.
Hey man, Davises love the Grudens, man. They do. They really do. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline.
Fred, there's been a lot of talk this week about Tim Jordan not hitting the hole, running too east and west rather than north and south. What did you see out of Tim Jordan on Saturday against UTEP, or even going back to the West Virginia game?
You mean against ETSU?
Yes. That's a UTEP. See, I'm already looking ahead of UTEP. It's Florida week.
For most fans, it is. I watched him miss some holes in the West Virginia game. I watched him. He got a first down, but the hole opened up. I mean, like when I say the hole opened up, and if he had hit that hole, he hit his head on the goalpost, literally, because it was wide open. But I've seen him do that a few times, and young running backs, they like to get outside, hit the sideline. No, find the hole. Be patient as a runner. And I like to see him slow down sometimes and let that hole develop. Le'Veon Bell, I know he's one of the greatest running backs, and I know you're about to salivate on yourself when I say that, Ben. But he does the game the right way, and sometimes you gotta let that hole develop, and you just gotta know when to hit it and when not to, and you just gotta trust his offensive line that they're gonna make that hole for him. So he has missed a few holes, but he's still getting positive yardage. So I like to see what he can do this week, get better with that offensive line, and be a little patient with him.
Let's go to the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline, and let's bring in Evan. Evan, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
Man, doing great, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. If I had to pick one thing I'm looking forward to this weekend, now what I want to see progress on is the defensive line, and you may have already been talking about that this morning, but I was listening to last night I was listening to your show yesterday. A lot of times I got to listen to hour 3 after I get home from work. And just hearing that the play-by-play guy for UTEP talk about that offensive line, starting 3 guys who have never played before. I think one guy that have never played center. I'm telling you guys this. If Kongbo and all those guys on the D-line or on the linebackers, if they can't get pressure in this backfield and this butt-booty, terrible offensive line, then I'll tell you this is what needs to happen. If by halftime they haven't gotten pressure, they all need to take their pads off. They need to go hold a press conference, and they need to say, apologize to football fans everywhere, and say, guys, I am sorry. We are putting the pads away, and we're going to go join the chess team because we're too soft. We're softer than Mayfield ice cream that's been left out for 3 days. It's pitiful. That's what I want to see.
Evan, I'm with you, man. I said this, I think, a couple days ago. I was like, man, if we don't get to the quarterback, if we don't get sacks against UTEP, then we're going to have some problems. How do you go into the Florida game with any type of optimism when you can't get to the quarterback versus UTEP? So I'm looking at the defensive line. I think they have the most pressure. Ooh, I think. Thanks for the phone call, Evan. I think they have the most. I think they have the most pressure. The defensive line, they have the most pressure in this game to perform out of any single group. Everyone's going to be looking at the defensive line. Can we get pressure? Get pressure on the quarterback, because offensive line, we've seen them have a shaky start and recover and have a 120-yard running back. We've seen Banks have some holes and hit the hole really hard and score some touchdowns. We've seen Jared Garantano have the protection to go downfield. Like, we've seen the offensive line adjust and look better than what they started. Defensive line, man, we've seen the same old not getting to the quarterback for 2 games. If they don't get to the quarterback, I mean, I'm not going to go literally to the extreme Evan's going as far as taking your pads off and joining the chess team, but I'm thinking along the same lines, like, you should be apologizing, and maybe football is not for you. Maybe. If you can't get to the quarterback against UTEP and you play at Tennessee, maybe you need to be pro or something else than football.
Playing FIFA.
Maybe you need to be a Fortnite champion.
Hey,
go play intramurals, baby.
Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
Exactly. That's exactly what needs to happen. If we can't get to the quarterback, Ben, you're not a student anymore, but I'm pretty sure you still have hookups with all your student buddies. We need to get some of these defensive linemen hooked up on an intramural team, because you can't rush the quarterback in intramurals, right? Flag football, you can't tackle them.
The caller said something that I hadn't heard before in my life. It brings a new meaning to soft. He said that means you're salted 3-day-old Mayfield ice cream.
It's been left out. Wow.
For 3 days. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, man, that would be very soft.
I'm really
Softer than Sherman.
I'm dreading our defensive line not getting to the quarterback against UTEP, because I don't know what I'm going to say next week.
I on the flip side of that, I can't wait for Tennessee's front seven, their pass rush, to generate 5, 6, 7 sacks this weekend, and then fans calling in on Monday and Tuesday. Oh, we're going to obliterate Florida.
What?
Obliterate, yeah.
Obliterate.
Obliterate. I traded a new word. Obliterate Florida's offensive line, and we're gonna beat the Gators.
That's gonna happen too, man. That's gonna happen.
It's gonna be one extreme or the other. Obliterate. I like that. I like that better than obliterate.
Oh man, 865 25503 B-Dry waterproofing hotline. Stay with us. Be right back.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis,
Golfers or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, I mean, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live.
865-200-5503 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. This morning, we got Fred White on with us. It is Championship Friday. All right, let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning. Turkey Man.
Good morning. Good morning, individuals. Championship Friday. I always love Championship Fridays. And I'm looking forward to banana pudding after a while, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. We're getting some nana pudding today, man. Well, you are getting some nana pudding. I have not made my mind up on what I'm going to do there because they got the cobbler that's really, really, really good, too. The peanut butter pie is good. So it depends on what mood I'm in today or what dessert I may get.
Well, I may get all desserts for sides.
Well, speaking of dead end, Turkey Man, you know, Swain and I went on like a 10-minute monologue yesterday of how great the Bernie Mac skillet was. And our guy Jared Castile stopped by yesterday, tried it out, and he can attest to how great it is. So it just wasn't Swain and I pumping it up. It is legitimately the best thing they have on the menu, in my opinion.
The Bernie Mac skillet.
It's good for
Is that on the menu just any time? Or
No, it's a Thursday special.
No.
Turkey Man, if you let them know that you're Turkey Man,
they'll make anything.
I mean, they might make an exception for you, Turkey Man. I mean, you famous now.
Well, if we get to the sides like you did, reckon we could do it at the table.
Turkey Man, we might be able to make some things happen, man. Because when you're making that trip all the way from where you come from.
Yep. Well, it is a trip for me, and you know, Friday's traffic is terrible.
Terrible.
But it's terrible. And I'm gonna give you after I ask my question. I wanted to hear Fred's take on. I keep hearing. I think it's worse. They're reporting it worse than it actually is. But I keep hearing about Coach Fulmer helping with the offensive line, which I don't see a problem with it because it's terrible. So I need all the help we can get. But
correct. But it's not good.
I have no problem with somebody helping. I'd go help them if they let me in. But anything. So I ain't got a problem with that. But I keep hearing this, and I think it's been reported worse than it is. But I'd like to get Fred's opinion on that. But I'm gonna give since Fred's all the way down there in Georgia, and I can't tell him there at Dead End Barbecue. But I'm gonna give for what that I heard reported from my daughter yesterday when she come in from work. She works in one of them coffee shops, you know, that they sell them pumpkin spice lattes and stuff.
Seth Stokes' favorite place.
Yeah, he works in one of them places on part time.
Okay.
And so she come in and they were resurfacing the parking lot.
Okay.
So they had the drive-through closed down. and they had new cement or asphalt, whatever they was using. I ain't been up there. That ain't my place to go. Then they had it all blocked off, that the drive-in's closed, and everybody with sense was coming in the door, and they got the drive-in shut. They hear bang, bang, bang on the window, and they look, and this woman, this SUV, is banging on the window, and she's knocked cones down. She's in wet concrete in her SUV. And they said, ma'am, says, do you not see? Oh, I just thought them was just up there. And well, it's closed. Well, since I'm here, can I go ahead and place my order?
What they say?
Yeah, they do.
No.
Oh.
No, it's closed. and now they have to research it again.
Wow.
Because you were right through the middle of it. Knock cones and everything down.
Gotta pay attention. She gotta have better eye discipline.
And we drive amongst people like that, brother.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
All right, I'll see you after a while.
Thank you, Turkey Man. The worst is when you're driving and you see someone next to you and they have a big dog in their lap. Like, why do you have a dog in your lap while you're driving? Put that dog in the back seat so you can concentrate on driving. It's like one of my pet peeves. I hate that. It's so scary. The wife of Monty Williams, who's assistant coach with the Oklahoma City Thunder a couple years ago, his wife passed away because she was hit by someone who had a dog in her lap, and she was distracted and had a head-on collision. So keep your dogs in the back seat, please. 865-250-503, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Thanks there, Turkey Man, for the phone call. Did Turkey Man ask a question?
Yes, he did. About
Phil Fulmer
and helping the offensive line.
Yeah.
Now, I talked about this yesterday. It's not a big deal right now. It's not. And I don't know how Will Friend feels about that. If I'm Will Friend, I should be happy that a former offensive lineman who was a offensive coordinator, who turned head coach and coached some really good offensive lines, had some really good offensive lines here as a head coach, a Hall of Famer, a championship winning coach, is helping out. What's going to happen when or if this team loses 4 games in a row during the stretch? How is that help going to be perceived then? How is that help going to be taken in then? If you are a coach, you know that Coach Fulmer signs your paychecks. Like he's the reason why you're getting this $800,000 check that Will Friend is getting to coach offensive line. So how cool are you going to be for how long? I think people automatically go to the worst when they think about stuff like this. But what about the good? What about, hey, man, there's another set of eyes that's in here helping the offensive line. When we heard about Mike DeBoer working with the offensive line, Nick Sheridan working with the quarterbacks, and then you also had, Don Mahoney, or you had Walt Wells working with the offensive line. When we start hearing about that stuff, people were trying to only look at the positives, like, oh my gosh, man, another set of eyes, man, another set of hands, and man, the offensive line's getting extra work. This is awesome. No one reacted the way that people may be reacting right now, that, oh man, Coach Fulmer's down there helping offensive line. This can only be bad. No, it could be good. This could be a good thing. And right now, all I've heard that it's been positive. So not a big problem right now. Fred, are you surprised that Coach Fulmer is maybe helping with the offensive line? I don't think I am, but what about you?
Well, Coach Fulmer has forgotten more offensive line stuff than he's actually, you know what I mean? Think about it, man. That most people will actually even know. So if I'm a guy like Will Friend, everybody has a mentor. You know what I mean? Like, in the game, you got people you call and say, hey, man, I have an issue with such and such, or, what do I do with this guy, or how do I make this technique better, or whatever. You got a guy who's already done it. Been there, done that. And they're trying to play old school football, lining up with a I formation, those type of things. Yeah, I take it and say, look, let me get as much knowledge from this guy as I possibly can. He's obviously had some really good offensive linemen and really good he's had first rounders. Guys who played plenty of years in the NFL. He's had some good units while he was coaching, and he's actually won a national championship. So, I mean, he knows something that I may need to understand. And it may not be every suggestion that he gives me. However, you take those things, you add them to your repertoire. And I think a lot of coaches do that. So I don't see it as a bad thing at the moment. However, he does pay your paychecks. You are making $800,000 a year. And after 2 years, you might want to be, everybody's reevaluated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you better take as much good stuff as you possibly can so you can make sure you keep your job, and not only just keep your job, but continue to try to win with your team and get your guys in the best position to win.
In a classroom setting, you think the best way to learn is having the least amount of kids per teacher, the teacher-student ratio. You know, you don't want to go to a school where it's 35 kids in a classroom and then only one teacher. You're going to have some kids that don't get that individual attention that they need and deserve to be able to grow and develop and be a better student. Private schools, parents take their kids to private schools because the but the teacher-student ratio is better. It's more like 15 to 1 or 20 to 1, and it increases the students' chances to learn and develop and get better. Well, I look at this offensive line group, and I wouldn't mind if we had a coach per player on the offensive line right now. Like, Coach Fulmer, you go take Drew Richmond, okay? Take him, and then Will Friend, you take you a player.
Ryan Johnson.
And then, hey, quality control assistant who's offensive line somewhere else, you take a player. Like, everybody gets a player, and we're going to do some one-on-one coaching. Bring in Trey Teague, let him get a player. Bring in Ramon Foster, let him get a player.
He gets left guard, Jameer Johnson.
Like, every coach get a player. Just coach them up, and then we'll come together, and then we'll coach up the group. But I wouldn't mind if every single player on this offensive line had their own individual coach, one-on-one tutoring.
It's kind of like, man, if you told me that if their report was saying that Coach Foreman is helping out with the linebackers and the defensive line and the receivers, hey, Coach, go sit down somewhere. If you're on offensive line, yeah, that's your specialty, Coach. I'm okay with that. But the moment you go over there to the receivers and the running back, yeah, Coach, don't do that. That's not a good look.
Yeah, Coach only goes in the offensive line meeting room. I remember playing at Tennessee. In my 4 years, Coach Fulmer probably came to the wide receiver room twice. And one time is when we played really, really bad. And the other time was, kind of early in the season, so he was making his rounds. And I remember one time Coach was in the back of the room. And let's say his eyes got a little heavy. And Meacham's the only person who can pull this off. But Meacham kind of yelled out, "Wake up, Coach!" Like real, real loud. And Coach was like, "Oh, what? He kind of had that reaction. And everyone was cracking up, man. It was really funny. And then Coach left the room. But Coach always found himself in the offensive line meeting room with Jimmy Ray Stevens or with Matt Luke or Greg Atkins. I mean, he was always with the tight ends or the linemen because that's what he knows. That's where he's comfortable. He's not gonna be in that linebacker room. He ain't gonna mess with Chief's position. You better get out of there. Chief runs the show.
Well, if the offensive linemen are getting an individual coach,
yes.
Can we get Fred White up to Knoxville so Micah Abernathy can have an individual coach for the rest of the season as well?
I'm gonna let Fred comment on that.
No, man. I like Coach Kelly. And I look at it like this. I think I saw some of the things he coaches and how he teaches. I think at this point right now, it's those guys completely buying in and also trusting the guys that you have on the football field with you in your secondary. And once they get to the point that they do that, I think you have a better football team. Now, new defense, new rules, new alignments, those type of things. I feel like right now, all these guys need to do to get better is trust and believe what they see. You have to trust in your guys around you and believe what they see. Know what the guy can do. These are his strengths. These are his weaknesses. These are things I can help him cover up. These are things that he can help me with. And believe in your group. That's what you have to do in order to win in the secondary.
Everyone
gets. And once they get to that point, they'll be okay.
Everyone gets a coach. Everybody gets a coach. One-on-one tutoring session, just like the Thornton Center. You know, you have a math, English tutor. Everyone has an offensive line tutor. One-on-one coaching is what we need from now all the way up into the Florida game.
So Juwan Jennings, coach, is going to be the one and only Jason Swain.
No. I'm talking offensive line.
No, I'm extending it further. Juwan Jennings, coach, will be Jason Swain going forward.
Nope. You're not going to get me beat up. Nope. Offensive line. This is only for offensive line until they play like they need to play here at Tennessee.
If we're going to call out the offensive line, let's get Jonathan Combo, Darrell Taylor, those guys some coaches as well.
Yeah, we're gonna call up Albert Hainsworth.
Let him coach up shots up.
If you don't have a sack, Albert Hainsworth is going to step on your head.
No, or if you don't have a sack this game, John Henderson gets to smack you.
Yeah, I like that too. 865-255-03. Be right back.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Hey, it's Jason Swain. There's a lot of people talking about testosterone, but do your homework and go to a medical provider that you trust and that specializes in testosterone. I got my levels tested at the Low T Center. Their physicians exclusively diagnose and treat men with low T. At the Low T Center, it's quick and easy. Treatment is even covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Swain event, welcome back. Fueled by Daddy and Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Today is bacon wrapped shrimp and grits day at Daddy and Barbecue. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So you have a 3-day stretch of bacon wrapped shrimp and grits. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to the text box. And Chargerval says, not sure our D-line can get to the quarterback. If I'm not mistaken, this is virtually the same D-line we had last year. Not to be overly negative, but the strength is not there yet. Maybe Gooden can, or maybe some of the younger players, but some of the older players just don't have that dog in them, just my opinion. And I hope I am pleasantly surprised. I think we all can kind of have that have that take there. It's not being negative. It's just being real. It's just being honest. Over the last 2 games, we have not seen that pressure that we need to see. And if you're a Tennessee fan, you understand what it takes to win ball games. I think most of our fan base is very knowledgeable. They understand what good teams look like and what needs to happen. And defensive line play is something that we have seen during our best times in Tennessee. We've seen those guys make it really easy for the DBs, make it really easy for the offense because you get pressure on the quarterback, you create turnovers, and we need to see that from this defensive line. And I know, last segment we were joking around and stuff like that about guys getting their individual coaches because they're not playing up to the level of where they need to, but kind of serious. I mean, it's really important, and it's really a concern. We gotta have domination in the trenches, and this game is a noon game. It's versus UTEP. I understand that, but that is what I'm going to be looking at. Like, I want to see the pocket move. I want to see the line of scrimmage change on the snap of the football. We have to see that. Levi Reed says, I'm not sure that y'all mentioned this, but how about a shout out to Josh Dobbs? May get to start this week with Big Ben hurt. He has a hurt elbow. Josh Dobbs confirmed to the media that he was taking first-team reps with the ones. And a quick boast here, quick humble brag, but your boy Jason Swain here, after the games in 2015 and 2016, found myself up 1, 2 o'clock in the morning arguing with Tennessee fans about Josh Dobbs and how effective he is and how valuable he was to this football team and how he's going to be okay and he's an NFL quarterback. And folks just did not want to believe that Josh Dobbs was an NFL quarterback. Not only is he an NFL quarterback, but he played his way into the second role there with the Steelers, where they had to cut another quarterback who had a illustrious career. Landry Jones,
college career.
That's what I was about to say. You was doing something funky with your eyebrows.
Well, because I thought you were alluding to Landry Jones had a nice pro career.
Yeah, he had a great college career. Lit up the scoreboard, lit up all the passing records there at Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And Josh Dobbs didn't show that he was a pocket first quarterback his entire time at Tennessee, but he improved each and every year, and look where he is now. He is right there from making his start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, this is a example of what hard work, positive thinking can do for you. And just want to say kudos to Josh Dobbs. I am not blocked, so take that. For most of you Vol fans who are blocked, I can see the tweets. I can say what's up. So take that. If you got anything you want to say to Dobbs, you just send it to me, and I'll relay it to Dobbs.
It should be noted you were blocked at one point.
I was blocked, man.
Charlie, are you blocked by Josh Dobbs?
I'm not.
How are you?
I've
You're
been blocked
by everybody.
I've been blocked on 2 different occasions by Dobbs.
How'd you get unblocked?
Okay, so one time I was blocked initially for saying something, I don't know, and then we wrote something at Orange Wire Report. We wrote something very nice about him and AJ Cuxey, like a whole story where we talked to AJ Cuxey's family and all this stuff. The child that he always hung out with that has terminal cancer, and then he unblocked me because we said something nice about him, and then I think I got blocked again, and then I've been unblocked for some reason.
Okay,
so I've come around the block in terms of. Well, no pun intended there. In terms of getting blocked by Josh Dobbs,
the man is telling y'all right now he only feels positivity, no negativity in his life.
Yeah, no energy vampires.
Yeah. So if you have anything you want to say to Josh Dobbs and you blocked, just send them to me and Charlie, and we'll get it to Dobbs. Ben, are you blocked?
Heck no.
Fred, are you blocked?
I am not blocked.
All right. So if you guys send something to Dobbs and you're blocked by Dobbs, send it to me, Ben, Charlie, or Fred, and we will make sure Josh is able to see it. Okay? All right? Cool.
From a football perspective, I have no idea what to expect from Dobbs in his first start. He'll be ready to play, and I think the good thing is that the Chiefs' defense is good, but it's not great. So I do think the opportunity will be there to make plays, and then he's going to be throwing – to arguably the best receiver in all of football, which is obviously a huge help. And you have Juju Smith-Schuster.
He's the best receiver.
I agree, but I'm sure Fred would disagree and think that Julio Jones.
I heard you, but I didn't hear you because you already know who the best receiver is. You just said his name.
Don't do this, Fred. You're gonna lose, man.
See,
I'm not gonna lose.
I don't think
Julio's better than Antonio Brown, Fred.
Absolutely.
Fred, why?
You take Antonio Brown out the football team, they still win. You take Julio Jones out of Atlanta, we don't win.
That's not the same, Fred. We're talking about the best receiver. Now, who's more valuable?
The best receiver in the NFL is Julio Jones, hands down.
Why?
Who leads?
Huh?
Julio Jones had 88 catches and only 100 yards less than Antonio Brown.
Fred?
Antonio had 20-some catches more, but got caught by yards. I mean, like, he had the second most yards of any receiver in the league and had less catches. That means he averages more yards per catch. That means he gets double teamed on a regular basis and still comes up with the ball.
So does
Antonio Brown, he does not get double teamed. No, he does not.
Oh, you Fred.
Not on a regular basis.
Fred.
No, he does not.
Fred.
No, he does not. Every time he catches a pass, it's a deep ball, it's one-on-one coverage. And that's the same for Julio. He's catching the ball, and there's two guys there on a regular basis.
So the preseason consensus, I've looked at 3 different articles now, is actually that Julio Jones, this is among the NFL's media, obviously, but Julio Jones is actually the 3rd best receiver in the league, behind DeAndre Hopkins also, and Antonio Brown.
Not even that lets me know that they have no idea what they're talking about.
No, not yet, guys. DeAndre Hopkins is not better than Julio, not yet. But if you want to go stats, I'm sorry, Ben, because I know you're a Steelers fan and Fred's a Falcon fan, and this will probably be your argument because this is your boy. But if you want to go stats, Fred, I mean, Antonio Brown has caught 100 balls for the last 5 seasons. He's caught almost 1,700 yards in 14, and then he comes back the next year and goes for 1,800 yards. I mean, it's unreal. His numbers, they're better than Julio's over the last couple of years, and Antonio Brown is more durable too. He's smaller, but he's played more than Julio. I'm sorry to break this to you, Fred. You my boy, man. I love you, and I know you're a Falcons fan, but Julio is second to Antonio Brown right now, man. He's second.
Who's the most feared when they're standing in front of him?
I think they're equally
As
feared.
a defensive back, no, they're not. They are not. They are not. Listen, I'm a DB. I am a DB, and I talk to DBs on a regular basis. You don't ask the best DB right now in the league, which one would he rather cover? I guarantee you, say it will be. Okay. He would not. It won't be Julio Jones. I guarantee you.
Okay. All right. We're gonna put a poll up on Twitter. We haven't done a poll in a while, so we'll put a poll up and let everybody vote on it. I know that does.
Jalen Ramsey's the best corner right now.
Not
I guarantee you won't say that.
He did. Jalen Ramsey did not play well.
Look, he didn't play all that well week 1.
He is an excellent DB.
He is. I agree with Fred. I think Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in the league right now, but OBJ did get his money's worth week 1.
Well, you got to look at how they played the game. When he was in one-on-one coverage, man-to-man coverage, he didn't get much.
Correct.
When they were playing zone, where he had help over the top, help underneath, they were playing his zone. Yeah, he got open and caught some balls. When it was one-on-one, man-to-man, he did not catch for one pass the entire time they were playing man-to-man coverage.
Fred, since you want to bring up the stats, I have one stat that will end this debate here and there. And our good friend on Twitter, Tyler, says, how many Madden covers has Julio been on?
If you talk about if that's what makes you the best player, I'm about to hang up the phone right now.
No, I'm kidding. But my original point was I don't think Fred's wrong in thinking Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league. I don't think anybody who thinks Antonio Brown is the best receiver in the league is wrong. I think 1A, 1B.
It's not that big of a difference.
I don't think it's a huge difference.
I think they're the top 2 receivers in the league.
Exactly.
No, man. No, y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do this. 1A, 1B, that means somebody's better than the other one. No, don't even try that, man. Somebody is better than the other guy. It ain't a tie. So pick one. Who is better?
I mean, I'm going with Antonio Brown. That's my guy.
Okay.
But the original point was that Josh Dobbs is going to have that cushion of being able to throw to arguably the best receiver in football. You have Juju Smith-Schuster. James Conner looked phenomenal outside of that fumble he had. You have a good offensive line. So I do think that there's going to be an opportunity for Dobbs to make plays. My worry is that I don't like Dobbs in a shootout game in his first NFL start, and I think that's what it's going to take because as a Steelers fan, I am terrified of the Chiefs' offense going up against my Steelers' defense, and I could see 30 points on the board, and I don't know if the Steelers are capable of scoring 30 points.
I'm happy for Dobbs.
Yes.
I am proud of Dobbs. I'm elated that he put himself in this position. But I'm nervous for him because of what Nathan Peterman did last week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't even hold on, man. Don't even put those two in the same.
No,
okay?
no. Listen to me now. Not because they're equal in talent, but because Nathan Peterman got that start, okay, and he had a bad game. It's over for him. It's over. And I don't want Dobbs against a Chiefs team that they're a playoff team. I mean, they're a good organization. I don't want him to have a bad game and then all the Steeler fans and folks are like, oh, we gotta just throw Dobbs to the side. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm not comparing to both quarterbacks in talent and what they did at Tennessee, but man, dude, this if he starts or he plays, this is gonna be the first time that Dobbs get this opportunity, and I want him to bomb, and then people just forget about him. That's what I mean.
If Dobbs threw 5 interceptions in one game, tell me later. Hold on, let me go back. Rewind. If Dobbs threw 5 interceptions in one quarter in his first game in the NFL as a starter, yeah, he needs to be released. Nathan Peterman shouldn't even got a chance to be a starter again after throwing 5 interceptions in a quarter. No, not even close to being the same.
You can have a bad game. I've seen Ben Roethlisberger throw 3 or 4 picks in a game. I mean, it happens.
In one quarter? In one quarter.
In
one quarter.
There's
never been a player to ever throw 5 interceptions in one quarter, except for the guy by the name of Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, 1 quarter is bad. That's bad. I'm with you. But all I'm saying is, from the opening kickoff to the end of the game, if Josh Dobbs is a quarterback, I'm nervous for him that if he does not have a great game, that Steeler fans, or maybe the organization will look at Dobbs the way that the Buffalo Bills fans have looked at Peterman. Like, he got that opportunity, and it's never going to be the same for him. They're going with Josh Allen. They're moving on. And so I'm happy, and I'm very proud of Dobbs working himself into a position to be the second quarterback. But if he has a bad game,
they're going to move on to Mason Rudolph.
I'm afraid of the reaction. That's what I'm saying. And I think that's a fair point now. I'm not comparing Dobbs and Peterman as a player. I'm just talking about the situation.
I get what you're saying. I don't see him being that bad in the game.
I hope not.
I don't see him being. You know why he's not going to be that bad in the game? He doesn't know how to use his legs.
Yes.
Can extend plays, and he can throw the deep ball very well.
Yes.
I watched him in preseason. He looked like a better quarterback. He's done his work. I don't see him being that bad. If he throws 8 interceptions, maybe even 2, he's still not to be considered in that, he can never be a starter again. First time playing in the NFL, I don't look at the Chiefs' defense and say they're that great either, to be honest with you. They're pretty good, but they're not that great. Their offense is stellar by far. I look at this team and I say that Josh Dobbs has put in the work. The kid is a winner, and he's a Georgia boy, so I'm rolling with him.
All right, man. We'll see. As a Vikings fan from John W., Xavier Rose shut both your boys down last year. Chris says Dobbs is a gamer, though. Peterman isn't. He crumbled horribly against Florida. That was the end for him. Yes, that is right. Dobbs is a gamer.
100%
He is more of a gamer than Peterman. More of a gamer. Chris says as long as Dobbs is smart with the ball and he doesn't force things that are not there, he will be okay. Yes. Levi Reed says, I can't believe you went to Nathan Peterman. LOL, Dobbs will start slow but win the game because he goes back to the basic and just makes plays, whether it be with his legs or arm. He's not Nathan Peterman. Again, I'm not calling him Nathan Peterman. I'm just saying I'm afraid of Dobbs having a bad game when given that opportunity to be the starter and it affect him in a bad way long term.
Hey,
let me say it one more time. I'm not calling Dobbs Peterman. I'm just afraid of Dobbs having a Peterman type of performance.
And the Steelers giving up on
where you just have a bad game. I'm not saying Dobbs is going to have the same amount of turnovers in the same amount of time. I'm just saying if Dobbs has a bad game and the Steelers lose, do the Steelers go to their quarterback that they drafted? That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, and speaking of Xavier Rhodes, let's all remember that the Steelers won that football game, and Antonio Brown had 5 catches for 62 yards.
Charlie, you was about to make a point.
Oh, I was just going to add on a little bit. You get one chance. More or less. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but, I mean, realistically, you get one chance as a starter. Well, and if you totally screw it up, judgments are made immediately.
You get one chance if you're not a high-profile draft pick.
Yes,
Baker Mayfield, he can come in and mess up 3 straight games, and he'll continue to get chances because he was the #1 overall pick. Josh Dobbs, who barely made the team, he gets one chance.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if he barely made the team.
Oh, he barely made the team.
Quarterback.
He barely made the team.
Yeah, he almost got himself.
He was on the edge of getting axed.
Yeah, he was on the edge, Fred.
He was.
Yeah.
He was, but here's the thing. He won the position. I can't say he barely made the team if you're the backup quarterback and then cut another guy to keep you, the guy that everyone thought you were going to get unseated for. So I can't say he barely made the team. He made the team. The other guy, he barely kept a job, and he didn't keep one.
It sounds bad when you say he barely kept his job or he barely made the team. It sounds bad, but they were choosing between Dobbs and Landry Jones, and because of Dobbs' performance, they chose him over Landry Jones. So it's not wrong to say he barely made the team, but it certainly sounds bad. It sounds like he's a walk-on or something, and he could have got cut. I mean, right. He could have, but you get what I'm saying. All right, let me go back to the text box this morning. DM Clark says the 3 freshmen starting in the secondary won't really be freshmen after the Florida to South Carolina stretch. How do you think they will respond, play with experience and confidence to finish the year, or possibly be second-guessing themselves? I think they'll be playing with confidence, to be honest. I think once you hit Alabama game, you are no longer a freshman. You will be baptized. You will be an upperclassman after that game. You're going to take your lumps. That's just part of being a freshman. But I don't think their confidence will be rattled at all. When I look at Alontae Taylor, the kid has a nice confidence about him. I look at Bryce Thompson. He's very, very confident. And you just understand. You're taught that you got to have a short memory. When you get beat, you got to play the next play. Fred knows this. You can't wallow if a offense goes down on a 4-play drive, 80 yards, and you give up a couple big plays and they go score. Yeah, you're upset, you're mad, but you can't lay down. You got to shake it off, get back to the sideline, make adjustments, and then go play the next play. At corner, you have to do that the next play after getting beat. And so I think with Pruitt and Terry Fair letting these guys know that's the type of mentality you got to have at corner, I think they'll be okay even after the long stretch. I think so.
I really hope so, and I think so as well. I will say this about freshmen, though. Having a freshman you have 3 freshmen in the secondary. Whew, yeah, that's tough. You got to be stressed out every night, pulling your hair out after practice and after games, because you got to make sure those guys don't make those what you call freshman mistakes. And I look at it and I say, I kind of attribute it to when you're 16 years old, you get your license, you know how to drive, right? But when you're 20 and 21 years old, you know how to drive a whole lot better than you did when you're 16. So I'm looking at these guys and hopefully they'll grow and they can grow faster as the season goes along. But it's going to be a long stretch for those guys. Because
Fred, we got to go to break. Hour 3 is coming up around the corner.
For what is coming up on the Swain event.
Today looks to be mostly sunny and hot with a high near 90, partly cloudy tonight with a low around 69. Tomorrow there is a 20% chance of rain, mainly after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 87. Tomorrow night the chance of showers increases to 40%, mostly cloudy with a low around 68. Sunday, showers likely with a high in the low to mid 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com.
love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the comments, man.
I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
Had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
If you want to chop it up with the fellas, call the Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline at 865-200-5503.
Hour 2 was brought to you by Alumni Hall. Get game day ready. Shop at their three locations here in Knoxville, Paper Mill, Turkey Creek, and Westtown Mall. Brentwood, Bristol, and Murfreesboro outside of Knoxville. Shop online at alumnihall.com. Give them a follow on their 3 social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Alumni Hall UT. So if you're coming in for the game, make sure you stop right there, Turkey Creek, load up on all your orange and white. The shirt that I'm currently wearing is from Alumni Hall. It's one of my favorite shirts with the pocket, power tee.
Rocking the Nike.
Yeah, with the two-tone orange. I love it. Nike, of course. I mean, it is a clean shirt. I love it. I got it from Alumni Hall. That is when I think it was on my 3rd, 4th, or 5th trip to Alumni Hall the week of the West Virginia game. I picked up this shirt, but I saw it. And you know how you see things on the clothes hanger there, and you're like, oh, I gotta get that one. I I can't leave the store without that one.
You just know you're about to be separated from your money.
Yeah.
You're like, yep, it's it.
I got to get that one.
It's been decided.
This shirt did it to me, man. I love this shirt right here. Alumni Hall, Turkey Creek, Westtown Mall, and Paper Mill. It is Championship Friday here with Fred White, and we got Fred for another segment here, couple more minutes, and then he has to go do grown-up things on his Friday. But I do want to give you an update on our poll, Fred. Let's see here. Best receiver in the league between Julio, Antonio Brown, 61% say Antonio Brown, 39% say Julio Jones, 285 votes so far.
Well, here's what really decides it, aside from the Madden cover. There's 2 things that decide it. One, Julio is a Bammer, so that just automatically disqualifies him. And 2, who gets more red zone touches?
You know why he gets more red zone touches? Because
targets,
he doesn't get double teamed.
That, Fred, I'm telling you, I watched every Steelers game. Antonio Brown gets double teamed.
He doesn't get double teamed in the red zone.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
Go look at some catches he made against the Colts, the Chiefs, the Ravens.
Team who's holding out right now by the name of Le'Veon Bell. Who would I rather double team in the red zone? I want more eyes on Le'Veon Bell than what I do on your guy, Brown. If it comes to the Falcons, though, the only guy you're going to double team in the red zone is Julio Jones. He's going to get double teamed, sometimes triple teamed in the red zone. They have over top help and underneath help in the red zone against Julio. So we use him as a decoy, and our other guys can't get the job done.
Yeah, this debate will be all season long, man. I love it. Let's get to Joel on the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Joel, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, man? I'm great. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Got a little question for you. I'm from Middle Georgia, heart of Georgia, stuck in the middle of all these UGA fans, and of course it sucks. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And tomorrow, I've got a couple buddies that invited me to go to a UGA game. They got a free ticket because Lord knows I ain't paying for one. Ooh. And they invited me to go. So it'd be fun to, just spend a day watching college football live, seeing, another stadium. And my question is, do you wear your team colors to another event?
Absolutely.
Or do you wear neutral kind of colors and not stand out so much?
You got to wear your team colors.
It depends on.
I wear my UT orange. I don't care where I'm at.
Well, you have to. You definitely have to be okay with confrontation because you got to know somebody's going to say something to you. And if you're okay with that, wear that orange. If you're not, go neutral.
That's why I'm shaking my head over here because y'all over here, you and Ben and Fred over here talking about, yeah, I'm going to wear my orange and what? Yeah, that sounds great, but you know that you're going to get confronted by a drunk Georgia fan.
Mm-hmm.
And
going to get barked at.
I know Fred from his days playing. Ben, I don't know how you handle confrontation. I know me, I don't need to be wearing orange at a Georgia game because if I get confronted, I might get arrested. If you pouring drinks on me and you being disrespectful to people around me and you put your hands on me, and I've heard stories about Tennessee fans at Florida games where people are throwing stuff at them. There's only so much I'm going to take. And the good Lord in the Bible says, you're supposed to turn your cheek. I'm going to turn my cheek a couple times. But on the third time, I'm coming back around with the backhand. Like, this is a really good question. I don't know what Joel should do here. Because if Joel has a temper problem, then Joel does not need to wear orange because Joel's going to get arrested because they always catch the second person. So let's think about this. I mean, Joel, do you have a temper problem?
No, I'm usually pretty good at keeping my temper, and living in Middle Georgia. I mean, every time heck, every Saturday I'm walking around in my orange and walking through the grocery store, and everybody starts barking at me or saying "Go Dogs," start cutting up. I even had a Georgia fan tell me go West Virginia the other day, but so I'm pretty good at just being able to laugh at it and just kind of go along with the good nature of fandom. But
what are you going to? What are you going to do, Joel? If someone pours a drink on you or throws something at you, how are you going to react then?
That would be a different story. That's what I don't know. I mean, I don't usually lose my temper. I'm pretty good at keeping my cool. But I mean, somebody throws something all over you. That's kind of a different story. Or I think I heard. I don't know if this is true or not. It's kind of a stretch. But somebody once told me that they heard that some fans, I think LSU was throwing cups of urine at fans of the opposing team.
Yes, that's happened in Florida too.
Somebody does something like that, man. That's a different ball game, man.
Okay, so let's do this, Joel. Let's do this.
Listen, different strokes for different folks. I went to a Florida and LSU game last year, and guess what I wore to the game?
Orange.
And it had a big UT on the front of it.
Okay.
Sure. I don't care where I'm going. You can't tell me what I can and what I can't wear. And I would love for you to say something to be, or do something to be out of the way. It's gonna hurt you really bad.
I would say it would be really, really easy to do this if it was 2017, if Tennessee was coming off a win over Georgia. Because then, what are Georgia fans going to say to you? Hey, Tennessee fan, whatever. And then you can just respond, check that scoreboard from last year. But it's 41-0 this last year. Georgia played a national championship. The ridicule
No,
this is what I would bring in. At least if I was rationalizing this, those are the factors that I would think about. But
it's not the words. The words not going to hurt Joel. The words don't matter. I'm talking about
like a real attack.
That drunk Georgia fan. That drunk Georgia fan.
Well, that's assault
with his buddies, and he throws a cup or something. He throws something at Joel. Like, how is Joel going to react? Like, you have to think about that before you put yourself in a situation based on knowing yourself. Like, if you know you're going to pop off back at this Georgia fan and possibly get yourself in trouble, maybe you should consider that. Yeah. So this
I was in Athens for the Hail Mary, and I was, there, and I remember after the Hail Mary catch, we're walking, just a couple miles back in the car, and we're walking alongside the band members, GGA fans, and, good camaraderie at the moment, whatever. But it's a whole different ball game when your team ain't playing at all, and you still wearing that team's colors.
This is what I'm going to say, Joe. This is what I'm going to say. You wear that orange. All right, Joel? You wear that orange. And if anything happens where you get arrested or something, then we will find a way to pay your bail. How about that? We'll do that, Joel.
Joe, no one's telling you to go out there and fight now.
Yeah, don't get arrested on purpose.
It has to be because you retaliated. Like, you're just protecting yourself. And the cops may not have seen the first incident. They may have seen just Joel reacting, and the Georgia fans are going to take the Georgia fan side. Make up some lie. So let's just say Joel's put in a situation like the Preds fan who threw the catfish on the ice at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and had the midday 180 shirt on.
Yeah. Let's say that happens. And let's say Joel gets hemmed up and he gets arrested for retaliating on a Georgia fan. We'll take care of his bail. How about that? How about that, Joel? You just wear that orange, man.
Just so long as that bail is low. If it's over $10,000, you're on your own.
If Joel has other warrants out for his arrest and it's like $50,000, maybe not. But
yeah, Joel, you gotta have a clean record, man. And just like a simple punch in the stomach to the Georgia fan, like just protecting yourself. No crazy stuff here. No crazy stuff. So. We'll get Fred's money and we will bail Joel out, guaranteed.
I guess it is also a factor that will Joel's homies who are Georgia fans stand up for him in that sense, because clearly they're not going to ridicule him.
Yes.
So that also matters. Will other Georgia fans who are with you be like, hey, knock it off?
That's a good point, because I've been to Tuscaloosa before on a Friday night out to eat in my Tennessee polo. And been ridiculed by fellow Alabama fans, and
gotta be careful.
And my Alabama friends stood up for me and told them to quit picking at me. That I already have to go through enough on Saturday.
All right, Joel. So make sure your Georgia friends, make sure they got your back.
This is a good test to see how well your friends are too.
I was about to say the same thing. They don't. They're not your friends.
You need new friends. Yep. You need new friends. So Joel, wear that orange, man.
I know how he feels being in Georgia wearing orange. Like on Fridays, when I was in Tennessee, I wore orange every Friday. In Georgia, I wear orange every Friday. And I welcome the conversation. I'm very quick with it. I can say what I need to say when I need to say it and how I need to say it. But I'm going to make sure you know, I'm wearing this orange. I'm wearing Tennessee orange. Absolutely right. I don't care where I am.
I'm with you,
I like it.
Who is Tennessee playing tomorrow?
UNLV. UCSA.
It's Florida week. Beat those Gators. See, what had happened was.
It's Florida week. Let's be honest.
UTEP. Play UTEP. The Miners.
Who?
The Miners.
A minor and a major, huh?
Man.
They're the minors.
Fred, we enjoyed it, my friend. Championship Fridays with you. And we will see you next week. You will be in town for the 98 championship team reunion, celebrating that win 20 years ago. And hopefully, man, we get a chance to see you. Maybe you'll be in the studio if you're not too busy, you're not too big time. We'll get a chance to see you, man.
I don't know if I'll be there earlier, though. On Friday. to be in the studio.
Okay. Hey, I understand. I get it. But hopefully we get a chance to see you around. We'll see you around, maybe the tailgate or something like that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Fred. Really, really good job today, and we will talk to you soon.
Always good, brother.
Fred White, Championship Fridays here on the Swain event. Got about 45 minutes left in the show. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Better Mattress is having their biggest sale of the year. Shop the Labor Day sales event to get a free adjustable base with select mattress set purchases while supplies last. That's a $1,200 value. Save that cash for your tailgates. Since I started sleeping on my Better Mattress with an adjustable base, I have way less neck pain and back pain. It's life-changing. On an adjustable base, with the touch of a button, you can adjust your sleep position without disturbing your partner. It's awesome. A truly customized sleep experience is waiting for you at Better Mattress. Get a free adjustable base during the Better Mattress Labor Day sale. Plus, everyone who shops at Better Mattress during September has a chance to get their purchase refunded back to them in full. It's a deal you won't believe. Ask in store for details. You don't want to miss this. And even better all football season long, when our team wins, someone will get a free queen-size mattress. No purchase necessary. Visit Better Mattress to enter for your chance to win. The winner gets to choose from 3 different mattresses valued at $1,000, and you could get it for free. Go see my friends at Better Mattress during the Labor Day sales event for a handcrafted, made in the USA Better Mattress. Good night, just got better. BEDRmattress.com.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt.
Are you serious, Coach?
That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
865-250-503, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. That is our telephone number here on the Swain events. You want to call in and get in on the conversation. Question, comments, we would love to hear from you. 865-250-503. So you've seen like this meme going around for probably what 2 or 3 years now? The LeBron meme of him wearing a do-rag with a cigarette, and he's like an old man, and someone took a photo that was taken of me in a press conference, one where I was like frowning, one where I was smiling. And Tom Sakoyak, who's SID over there at Tennessee, tweeted out one day, and I texted him. I was like, dude, you don't know what you just started, man. Vol Twitter's going to have a good time with this one. And folks took it, put a do-rag on it with cigarettes on it, and you've seen it kind of floating around on Twitter with the whole, UTEP by, Tennessee beating UTEP by 50. And so I had someone reach out to me probably against West Virginia that week, or maybe last week, I'm not sure. And they was like, you got to do it, Swain. You got to do it, man. That'd be hilarious. And I don't know if I felt comfortable doing it against West Virginia because it wasn't like we were going to, like 100%.
Why not? You thought they were going to beat them down.
Yeah, that was a prediction.
No, you thought you were confident in your prediction.
Yeah, that was a prediction. Not 100% with certainty that Tennessee was going to win. I never said that Tennessee was going to 100% win.
I heard you say it.
I said that if Tennessee don't get pressure on Will Grier, then Will Grier was going to light us up. And what happened?
Tennessee did not get pressure.
Correct. So I thought West Virginia. Yeah, I thought Tennessee would be able to do those things. They did not. And I said West Virginia would win if they did these things. They did those things. Now, ETSU, I probably could have did it last week because there was a 100% chance that Tennessee is going to win. This week is the same thing. There's a 100% chance that Tennessee is going to win, but how much? And so I think this is a good week to pull off the LeBron James meme. I think this is a good week. This is a good week. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
There it is right there.
Thanks to Ballstorm for sending that in.
There it is right there, man. Freaking hilarious. So yeah, I have all my things ready, man. I'm ready to go. So we'll do that next segment, and I'm pretty sure there will be some photos taken. I saw Ben already have his camera out, ready to go. I saw you with your phone out, man.
What is this app that I'm currently on?
I can't see that. I didn't see that from my
Charlie, what app is this?
Pinterest?
Yeah.
No, I'm not Swain. I don't have Swain's phone.
That's the Twitter.
The Twitter machine.
That's not Twitter, man.
I don't want to take pictures of you on my phone.
That is a website that you're on. A certain website.
Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, let's just look at the camera that's right in front of me.
Sorry, we can't see that. Sorry. No. Sorry, man. Sorry. Take you off. Nope.
Well, you know what I can do? Just turn off your mic and you can talk. And Charlie and I.
They can still hear me, though.
Charlie and I can.
They can still hear me because I can just take Charlie's mic.
It's true.
That's right. That's right. All right, 865-250-503. So we'll do a score prediction. I took you off. I'll put you back on now. We'll do a score prediction next segment. And we'll have a good little time there. But Josh Dobbs may get in there this week for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so that's really encouraging. Your thoughts, your prayers for the folks in the Carolinas as they are battling this hurricane. Montero Hardesty is from New Bern, North Carolina, and New Bern is getting hit right now. Started about midnight, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning this morning, and just golly, man, you feel so bad for those folks. I know a lot of folks evacuated already, but there's still people there for whatever reason, and they're going to be in danger. Their homes will probably be destroyed. Kudos to Tennessee. Kudos to Florida. Kudos to the schools who are out here.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, kudos to those schools who are making sacrifices to just try to be somewhat of comfort to these evacuees who are leaving their homes. And they're going to go back, and they're not going to know what they're going to find. I mean, that's the scary part, is that you're leaving your home, and you know that there's a storm coming, and you know that it's a very dangerous storm coming, and you know it's going to do damage to your home, but you just don't know what type of damage. And so you're kind of blindfolded when you return back to your house. We saw this a little bit with the Gatlinburg fires and stuff, when people got out of there and they came back not knowing that would they lose everything, or would it be just half burned. You just don't know. And so we are in our own bubble here, and sometimes we kind of look at our lives, and one little thing doesn't go wrong where you ran out of gas, or you had a stoplight too long. We complain, or your Wi-Fi goes out. Just think about folks who have some real stuff going on right now in the Carolinas. So,
and I saw just a minute as I was scrolling through Twitter, despite you lying to the good people, that it looks like the storm may head back out to the ocean, which, if I could be totally off base, but I believe that's a bad thing, because it generate more power and would kind of.
I'm not a meteorologist.
You about to go weatherman Ben on us?
I'm trying to go weather Ben on the good people, because I think if it.
You about to go Al Roker on us?
It looks like it's heading back out to the ocean, and maybe I'm totally off base, but I believe if it heads back out, it kind of regenerates itself and re-strengthens, and then would hit Carolina again potentially.
Possibly. I do not know.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows. Please correct me or back me up.
You are.
Ben is like Ollie from Family Guy, the weatherman.
Yes.
It's gonna rain.
If you are a meteorologist, call in and tell us.
Yes, please.
If Ben is correct.
Am I correct, or am I totally off base? Which I'm probably totally off base, but I feel like I've heard that somewhere before, to where if it goes back out into the ocean, it kind of strengthens back up.
That sounds very plausible, but I know little or nothing about the weather.
I went to journalism school, so
yeah.
Let's move on.
Got a business degree. I don't know.
Before we embarrass ourselves, Charlie has a couple master's degrees, but it's not in
meteorology.
Yeah, it's not in that, man. They do that at Mississippi State, though. Charlie, you do know that, right?
Oh, they got
Mississippi State. Your second school.
I know somebody who went to Mississippi State for meteorology. Actually,
I do too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The guy I know is not Andrew Norwood.
Do you know him?
Is not.
Oh, he's a dude that I worked with, and I was right for Mississippi State. That's how I know.
You mean when you're fanboying over Mississippi State?
Mm-hmm. When I was a Mississippi State fan for a year. Yeah.
Still waiting on you to bring in your cowbell.
Do you have one?
No, I don't have a cowbell.
I was about to say, man.
Do not have a cowbell.
I was going to be judging you. I was going to be judging you big time if you had a cowbell. All right, 865-250-5503. Let me get back to the text box. C. Tump in Athens says, I manage wearing my orange, living and driving all these UGA Dog fans around Athens. I think C. Tump Ubers. And so he said, I deal with my own ridicule. It's tough for all the Vol fans in Georgia dealing with Dog fans. But at Athens, it's a completely different story. Ben says I had to wear my Tennessee hat to the beach, or he wore his Tennessee hat to the beach. I wear big orange polo to Lambert's in Foley, Alabama.
Good old
I wear
Lambert's.
Tennessee when we go out to eat in Atlanta, when visiting family. I wear Tennessee everywhere. So when I go down to Georgia visiting my wife's family, and it's my family too, but when we go down to Georgia, I wear my Tennessee stuff. But no one says anything to me, though.
Yeah,
that's confrontational.
I've
it might be a joke here and there, but it ain't like a confrontation. That's what I'm talking about. You have to prepare yourself for that if you're Joel.
I've never had a bad experience at an away game. I've with an opposing fan. I've had my lone bad experience in Neyland Stadium with an opposing fan. An Alabama fan in the 2014 Dobbs game, as I call it, where Dobbs kind of led a nice little energy there for middle of the game, where Peterman started, and then Dobbs came in and kind of made some plays, and the Alabama fan was not too fond of Dobbs. It was the game where Lane Kiffin came back and Blake Sims hit Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that was. I think that was what 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I remember that play. 5-03. Yeah, I remember that game. Golly, man, that was Dobbs' coming out party right there. I mean, he let me know. For me, it was because it's it was an Alabama game, and I judge you what you do against Alabama. But when Dobbs came in and kind of brought Tennessee back, still lost the game, but they jumped on us pretty fast. And Dobbs came back, threw a touchdown pass to freshman Josh Malone, and receivers were blocking their tail off on the outside. We fought. I remember that. All right, let's get to Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
I'm not a certified meteorologist.
You're not Ali?
No, it's hurricane.
It's a hurricane.
It's gonna be a hurricane.
Evacuate.
What's up, Hollywood?
Who you talking to?
You?
Chris Lowe is not here.
Charlie Burst is here. He takes 2-week vacations to Hawaii. Only Hollywood.
I was in Los Angeles last week, so
Charlie too busy with the Hawaiian flu.
Just getting over it.
I don't care if it's UTEP, UPS, Knoxville School of Beauty, Vols by 50.
Vols by 50.
Gotta get Knoxville School of Beauty on the schedule. I think just one of these years.
Can we get Pellissippi on the schedule?
Can we get Pellissippi State on the schedule?
Might as well.
Can we get Maryville?
Might as well.
I think Maryville could be UTEP
High School.
Yes. I think Alcoa. If we combined Alcoa and Maryville High School and made one football team, they could beat UTEP.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily. I think the Grasshopper, the Pee Wee leagues they run over at Maryville, they could probably beat UTEP.
God, we so disrespectful.
Apologies to Mike Canales.
What if UTEP comes out there and they play out of their minds?
Yeah, what happens if this game is closed?
I won't be here next week.
And they use motivation from Vol fans to play better than they ever have before.
And make it. I will not talk about football for the rest of this football season. I will immediately move on to basketball and not refer to football at all.
Well, here's what I'm afraid is going to happen. What I'm afraid is going to happen is we're going to get out there and we're going to see yet another lackluster performance from that defensive line, and we might get a sack. And then you talk about a meltdown around here because shoot, if you can't sack the UTEP quarterback after what UTEP's own people have said about their offensive line, we're in some trouble, boys.
I'm telling you, man.
We're in some trouble.
I can't wait for the opposite to happen, and Tennessee to come up with 10 sacks, and Kongbo has 3 of them, and we're gonna destroy Florida, or as I said earlier in the show, obliterate the Gators' offensive line.
About to obliterate.
I know this fan base, Volstorm. You know this fan base too. I don't care how much we beat UTEP by. If the defensive line does not get pressure on the quarterback and we don't get some sacks, there's going to be a panic that we are familiar with. There's going to be a panic. There's going to be a freak out mode.
Well, it's justifiable. If we can't get pressure on a UTEP quarterback, how are we going to get pressure on a SEC quarterback?
Yep.
Not going to happen, quite frankly.
Good point.
Oh, trust me, nothing would make me happier for them to get about 5 or 6 sacks, and then we have confidence going into the Florida game. But they haven't shown it so far.
You're exactly right. Unfortunately,
I think it's got a lot of people worried.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm looking at in this game. I'm not looking at the wide receivers. I'm not looking at Jared trying to throw for 300 yards. I don't care about Caleb Chris throwing for 200 yards. I don't care about any of the running backs. I'm looking at the defensive line. I'm looking at, do we see a drastic improvement in how they play? Can they get pressure? Is it there? Is the pressure? Is it in the pit of our stomachs, and we just haven't seen it yet? I need to see some of it, because if I don't, I'm not going to be very optimistic going into the Florida game.
And it's not. It's not just the defensive line; it's the front seven, just in general.
Yes.
I want to see Darrell Taylor in the backfield. I want to see Jonathan Combo in the backfield. I want to see DeAndre Johnson in the backfield. Everybody. Darren Kirkland, Daniel Batuli. If Cortez Sapp plays, Will Ignont, everybody. Shannon Reed, Dylan Bates, get in the backfield.
We should be able to sack this guy running a base defense, not running any kind of blitzes, stunts, anything. We should just be able to blow them off the ball and nail that guy to the wall.
I'm with you, man. It should happen. Volstorm, man, thanks for the phone call, man, and thanks for turning me down on my dead end invite.
I wasn't even in town.
That's not a good excuse.
I'm home now.
I'll give you a shout, man. I'll give you a shout.
Hey! I got to stick up for my man Fred, though. I voted for Julio.
That's why you just got hung up on.
Hey, why you do that to Volstorm, man? Don't be hanging up on Volstorm.
A lot of Atlanta folks listen to this show. That's not too surprising.
No, but who's winning the poll by 30%?
Yeah,
also true.
It's a route.
Look,
it's a route so far.
Julio Jones is more imposing as a receiver, but Antonio Brown does everything Julio does, and in some
Or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Choose your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Peripheral arterial disease, or PAD, is a dangerous hardening of the arteries that can lead to infection and even limb amputations. September is PAD and Vascular Disease Awareness Month, and the vascular surgeons of Premier Surgical Associates want you to know that finding and treating PAD early is the key. If you smoke, have diabetes, or are overweight, you are at a higher risk of this deadly disease. Talk to your physician about whether you should be screened for PAD. If detected early, it can often be managed with lifestyle changes and medication instead of surgery. For information about PAD and other vascular diseases, visit premiersurgical.com right now.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Again, 865-200-5503 here on the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Oh, yeah. It's time for, I guess Ben is calling me Uncle Curtis. I'm your uncle. I got dress socks, gym shorts, dress shoes, and I got Jerry curl underneath my do-rag right now. I'm not bald-headed. I'm Uncle Curtis. I got Jerry curl.
We need the Uncle Curtis voice, too.
Oh.
Your alter ego.
This your Uncle Curtis right here. I'm gonna give my picks for the UTEP game.
Glad to have Uncle Curtis in the studio. This is
UTEP, YouTube, Yoo-hoo, Yo God, it don't matter. UTEP gonna get beat down by 50. Vols by 50. I'm going Tennessee 63 and UTEP 6. 63-6. Tennessee over UTEP. Vols by 60.
Uncle Curtis, would you like to speak to Titans Bill and see what he has to say about this?
Let's talk to Titans Bill. Titans Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Jason. How are you, sir?
Titans Bill, you're speaking to Uncle Curtis, not Jason.
Well, good morning, Uncle Curtis. How are you?
I'm great, Titans Bill. What's up?
Okay, Uncle Curtis, I heard that Butch Jones got another job interview. And it's at Leverschmott University.
Where?
Leverschmott University.
Where is that?
How do you even spell that?
I think it's L-A-V-E-R-S. Well, it's Schmott, Leverschmott.
You might want to go to Google.
And it's located in Leverschmott, Idaho, just 20 miles north of Pocatello. Of course, that was the city that W.C. Fields made famous, Pocatello. And it's not even on the map. And it was founded by a person by the name of Seymour Williamson Leverschmott.
I heard of Seymour Butts.
But it was in 1845. Population 718. The university enrollment 818. The Stadium enrollment, same as the university, 818, and their nickname is the Leverschmott Leopards. And of course, their colors are yellow and yellow, black, and gray. And let's see, it's more of a performing arts college. Of course, that's what Butch Jones is. An actor and not a head coach. So I think that school would fit him perfectly. Leverschmott U.
Maybe a job he could handle.
That was elaborate, Titans build. You've had your fair share of made up schools, but man, that was elaborate, Titans build. I don't think I've heard you go to that extreme before.
Yes. All right, here's my prediction for the game. I'll say 47-17 Tennessee.
47-17. I mean, Titans Bill, and thanks for the phone call there. I really appreciate you. Hope you have a great weekend. UTEP is supposed to be worse than ETSU. Randy Sanders was the coach of ETSU, and I know Jeremy Pruitt has – it's not like he really cares that much about that. They did work on the same staff at Florida State. So maybe Pruitt took it easy a little bit on Randy. But this is a team that is worse than ETSU, that we may not have any ties to. This may get ugly. Ugly. Now, if UTEP takes care of the ball a little bit better, then now those points have to come from offense, whereas last week we got some points from defense. So where will all the points come from? If we're talking about a 50-point win or a 60-point win, are they all going to come from offense? I don't know.
Yesterday in the little picks podcast that Charlie and I did, I picked Tennessee to win 63-0. And I said, I think Marquez Callaway takes one to the house. And I think there's another pick six, whether it be Bryce Thompson, Alontae Taylor, or Schamberger, maybe get in the action. It's just UTEP is an awful football team. And I think you're going to see that in special teams, on defense. And then Madre London had 2 touchdowns last week. Jeremy Banks had 2 touchdowns this last week. And I think you'll see the same thing this week. Except Tim Jordan adds 2 touchdowns as well.
Yeah. When I was watching, ETSU, I couldn't imagine a team that's worse than ETSU, but here we are. We are here playing against a team that is –
opportunity is now here.
Yeah, they worse than ETSU. So do we see a punt return for a touchdown? Callaway has not really gotten many opportunities to return them. I mean, he's made some fair catches. Now he's starting wide receiver. Is he maybe saving himself for the first offensive play instead of risking catching a punt while the cover team is bailing down on you to go try to score a touchdown? Do we see Callaway, even when the 2s and 3s are in there, do we see Callaway in there or do we see Jordan Murphy? Last week, Callaway was taking punts. Even when the second team offense was in there, he was returning punts. So what do we see? What do we see there? But yeah, UTEP, YouTube, Yoo-Hoo, Yo Gotti, whatever. I got Vols by 60. I got 63-6. Or that's 63 points. Sorry, 63 points. I got them winning 63 points.
We got a couple
that's
of
56 points.
Is it? Wait a minute, 63-6. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got them winning by what's that? 57
points.
57.
Yeah.
We can't.
57.
Balls by 57.
Yeah.
Can't do
Balls
the
by 57.
Can't do the weather. Can't do math.
Yeah. Balls by 57. I didn't check with Charlie first.
It's part of the character. It's
Uncle
that
Curtis
can't do math. Yeah.
Balls by 57.
Too much black and mild.
And I gotta work on my Uncle Curtis voice because someone texted me and said I sound like Mr. T.
Mr. T. We got sounds like Silky Johnson.
Silky Johnson that's what I'm going for.
Yeah,
the character from Dave Chappelle.
Player hater of the year.
I gotta go home and put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's bowl. Oh man. Dave Chappelle skits would never get old. Never. They do not age.
Timeless.
They do not age, man. Absolutely. 57 points. That's what I got Tennessee winning by.
I said
56 points, not 60 or 63.
I said 52-3, I believe was my. So I said.
I wrote it down. I can double
check.
check.
Said 49. 49-point win.
Should be.
Why are you doubting Tennessee so much, Charlie?
I'm sorry. I just look. I haven't seen a pass rush, so.
Why are you a Negavol?
Apologies.
What does a pass rush have to do with Tennessee running it down their throat?
Good point, I guess.
No one has caught on to the fact that I have my daughter's do-rag on, and it's like pink.
Well, because you're hiding the
has
thing.
A pink
No,
lining
you can
on
still
it.
you can still see.
You can see it on the side.
You can see it on the side a little bit
if you look closely.
Yeah, there's some little pink on the outside. There's my daughter's do-rag.
I almost said something really stupid.
Oh, and it's hanging down right here. You can see it on your shoulder.
Yeah, so I got my daughter's do-rag on.
Charlie, you picked Tennessee to win 52-7.
52-7. Man, I truly am.
I almost asked how you're fitting into your daughter's do-rag, but let's pretend like I wasn't about to ask that.
Because do-rags are a universal size, Ben. That's why. I know Ben doesn't wear do-rags. He's really not supposed to know that. That's I get it. You're not supposed to know that, but yeah, do-rags that's like one size.
I have in my day worn a bandana on the head. I guess is that the white person version of a do-rag?
Yes, it is.
The bandana, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, not really. Tupac rocked a bandana.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen like a.
But I didn't wear.
I think Eminem had a do-rag on before.
Maybe.
I think I've seen Eminem with a do-rag on before. But Ben is not supposed to know that there's only one size in do-rags. He's not supposed to know that. So before y'all jump on him, he does not.
Although that was a very stupid question. But before we get out of here, let's get to Trevor and then Mark.
All right, let's get to Trevor. Trevor, good morning.
Hey, morning.
What's on your mind?
Hey, I want to see Charlie come in on Monday with a do-rag on.
I don't have a do-rag to wear, so
you can borrow Swain's daughter's.
Yeah,
just that image made me laugh. I don't know.
Well, we can't do it Monday because we can't really joke around that much because it's Florida week, and we got to get serious. Because we playing, right? The fans are playing next week, so we got to get serious. Just like the fans don't overlook UTEP. The fans can't ever overlook a team because they're playing, right? So we got to be serious next week.
Exactly. Hey, well, how about this? If we beat Florida, then you definitely got to come in with like a cigarette in his mouth. And
if Tennessee beats, If Tennessee beats Florida, I'll wear a do-rag all week.
Don't ask me twice.
Is that a bet we taking to the bank?
Why not?
All right.
If you provide the do-rag, I will wear it.
Okay. All right.
And I will on one episode have a black and mild in my mouth, maybe one on my ear.
Ooh, Charlie, man. You going on a limb there, boy?
Hey, that's what he said. That's what Trevor said.
He said Trevor said do-rag.
Do-rag. He said he wants you to wear.
I'll do both.
Well,
I'll do both if Tennessee beats Florida.
Look, Charlie, if you want to smoke a black and mild, just go smoke a black and mild.
Have you ever smoked a black and mild?
I have not. I've never smoked.
I hope my mom's not listening. I have.
Oh Lord.
It's not good.
You ain't gonna be allowed to come back over here, man.
I apologize. Sorry, Mom. Just kidding. Hey, I'm just kidding.
One last thing before I get out of here, Swain. When you were doing your little was it Uncle Curtis voice?
Yeah, who that sound like?
No, I was thinking of Clubber Lang, too, like Mr. T from Rocky,
Yeah.
He was like, or what was he said? Somebody asked him what the forecaster prediction was. He's like, pain.
Yeah, I did sound like Mr. T. I gotta get that. I gotta get that voice down, man.
All right, man. I'll get out here tomorrow. See y'all.
Maybe I should go Conzo Martin.
Speaking of Conzo, on a serious note, big kudos to him for bringing in Jerron Mayman as a graduate assistant.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I hate seeing
Jerron.
Corey Miller in South Carolina as assistant strength coach, and I'm going to hate seeing Jerron Mayman in Missouri colors as a grad assistant, but good on Conzo.
We happy to bring in Jerron Mayman. He give 110% on both ends of the court.
He's going to help me.
He's a great player. Great player.
Help me your hands.
Love Conzo.
Conzo's awesome.
Yep.
He is, man. I love me some Conzo Martin. I do. Just in Missouri, here's the thing. I don't feel hate towards Missouri.
No.
Because, and I know they've been in the SEC, since 2012?
Mm-hmm.
And we've played them, we've lost to them, we've beat them in some things here and there.
Some things.
And I just don't feel that SEC hate.
No.
That you have for other schools. I don't feel it.
But it doesn't even feel like they're in the SEC.
It really doesn't. It's weird. And it's been 6 years.
Can we trade them for Clemson?
No.
Virginia Tech. I've always said Virginia Tech would be great in the SEC.
Them or West Virginia. I mean, it's just a natural fit there. But
let's Mark says he's going to finish the show.
All right, let's
off.
get to Mark. Mark, good morning.
Bueno, my brother, what's happening?
What's up, Mark?
What's up? Hey, man, I just feel sorry for Missouri because they're in Missouri. I mean, have you ever been to Missouri?
Unfortunately.
It's terrible.
I have.
Yeah, I mean, it's real forgettable. And that's kind of like the way I feel about their sports teams. They're really forgettable. Hey, man, I think we're going to hit the 70s this weekend.
Ooh,
you think so?
I feel 70s. Yeah,
Whoa.
There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to just beat them down and make them sorry they came to Knoxville. That's what I want to see. I want to see our offensive lines wake up, our offensive line and defensive line wake up. If they wake up, you're going to be wearing a do-rag next week, Charlie, because we're going to beat Florida if they wake up.
Make me wear a do-rag, please.
I'm going to send you a pink one, and you're going to wear a pink one
and
all
I
week.
will wear it gladly. Please beat Florida. I will wear
With
it
a big
happily.
smile on your face, buddy. That's
Yes,
all
sir.
I got. That's all I got, boys. Come on!
All right, Mark. Thanks, man. Ugh.
Black and Milds are absolutely gross.
All of it is pretty gross to me. But I mean, obviously it's not lit. It won't be lit. And I could, this is a sweet tip too. And man, I could just I don't know how people do it, but hey, whatever. So I was at I got a story right quick. I got some time, about a minute. So I'm giving up for what to my ankles and my knees because I was up late working on the show for this morning. So my kids fell asleep, my 3-year-old, my 2-year-old, and my 3-year-old, I go to put her in her bed. So I go to put her in the bed, and she's asleep. And I'm trying to be very quiet, putting her in the bed and then leaving the room so I don't wake her up. So make sure I don't step on any toys or my phone doesn't ring or knock something off the table and wakes her up. Well, like I'm trying to creep out the room, and my ankles and my knees start popping. I mean, they start popping like Rice Krispies. They start popping like those Big Cat fireworks that you pop on the 4th of July. And then my daughter woke up like the Undertaker, WWE. Like she woke right up. It's because my knees and my ankles. I mean, I really do feel like Uncle Curtis, like a 50-year-old, man. All right, that's our time for this week. We will be celebrating a win, but Florida week starts here in a couple hours. Thank you to everyone listening. For Ben McKee, Charlie Burris, from Jason Swain. Hope you have a great weekend. Peace and love. We're out.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Today looks to be mostly sunny and hot with a high near 90, partly cloudy tonight with a low around 69. Tomorrow there is a 20% chance of rain, mainly after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 87. Tomorrow night the chance of showers increases to 40%, mostly cloudy with a low around 68. Sunday, showers likely with a high in the low to mid 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give B-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words. Better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Craving homemade flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at the grocery store with flavors of home in every bite. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gold gluten-free select cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy the sweet taste of a home-cooked meal in every container. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom.